believe. Let me get this chat up on the screen. Chat overlay. Looking for some numbers. How was your day other than the live stream? Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, we had a big rainstorm come through yesterday and again this morning. Then I spent my morning waiting on the cable guy to do this install. Cable guy. And watching the markets melt down, getting distracted. I missed that huge low float IPO. Did you see that at the end of the day?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
I caught the very end of it.
You know, people, what's up, guys? Welcome. People always ask me, Tony, what do you think about the next IPO? What about this next one? I say, Mama always said IPOs were like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
That's right.
One day you're going to get a chocolate full of shit, and one day you're going to get one full of gold cream filling.
Yep. A big old, you know it. You know it. The Vineyard said, oh, Billy, for cable guy. Oh, Billy. We're trying to save Billy. Tendy time, how you doing tonight? How you doing tonight? What's going on, my friend? Let's say hi to some people in the chat tonight. We got Stephen Vincent. Good evening, the Vineyards. Derek A. Backyard Bookie. J Dubs. Michael 1. Karen C. Paul. Multiclode. Hammer. Domainer. Christian Princess. Billy. Stephen Vincent. Susan Harbor. Manoma says bonsoir from Quebec.
Bonsoir.
D, how you doing tonight? Bonsoir. Pad, Mark Jones, Stephen Bernhardt. You can see where I am, T. Doc Zeno.
Yeah, I was just popping out my chat. Jock Zeno, Mario, Grandpa Barney, Tally Foreman, Dan Spencer. What's going on? Carlos, Peace, Love, Zip Tat. Eric in the house. Glad you made it. Eric, Duke of Wall Street. Ms. Eve, Captain Ken, Jimmy Jones, Trish, Jermaine, and welcome to all the lurkers, haters, and trolls too. We love you guys also. Wouldn't be the same without you.
Much love to all you guys. Grandpa Barney, Mario, Anthony, Eric Bissell, Humble Heart, The Mind, Zip Dad. Okay, we got that. Tally Foreman, we're caught up now. JB, Adrian Fernandez, how you doing tonight, my friend? Natalie Porter. Good evening. Annie T, how you doing? DC, LA. We got 300 right now in the chat. Man.
All right. I hope you guys are popping a drink with us. This is relaxed evening chat. We're here to have a little bit of fun, maybe talk a little bit of work stuff. I'm trying a new beer tonight.
Do we have to?
You don't have to, but okay. I'm drinking a Scotch style ale. Anybody tried Dirty Bastard before?
No, it looks tasty though.
It is very tasty.
Looks good. Let's see. AMC lady, Susan Harbor. Good evening. Shadow Girl, Grandpa Barney. How you doing tonight? Don't forget the truth. Dino Mike, Dips Patel, Mangaku, Wendy D, Can It Be, and Common Sense Investor says I don't drink. Ro, good evening tonight. Stephen Vincent, Daryl Hicks, and Ape Cartel and Jenna. Who's Kringle Kitty? She says. Jenna. Oh, my goodness.
Kringle Kitten. Kringle Kitten's been missing for a while. Hey, Tindy Time. Congratulations, buddy. Tindy Time says the baby was born at 10:15 a.m. this morning.
Shut up. Hey.
Congrats to you and the missus, awesome. My man.
You share a birthday with the Massalorian. All right. That sounds good. Nice, Tendy. Congrats, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. Manjeet, good evening. Steve, Forks, David Soulseeker, G Immortal, Richard Millsap, Terry Williams, Mike Millspa, Muskie Doge, Silver Surfer, Spock here. Man, we got a lot of people in the chat tonight. J Dubs. Congratulations to Tendy. Yeah, that's big. Big stuff. Dino Mike says, who's the daddy? Come on, Dino Mike. Really? That's how we're going to start off tonight? You know? Yeah. Can't cut the guy a break.
I would expect that if it was me saying we just had a baby, but Tindy Time. Come on, go easy on the fella.
I know, seriously. Adrian says, I came here to drink beer and cue the speeder. That sounds good. What's the new plans for AMC? We need a new plan. I think we'll just stick to the plan that we have been going on.
New plan, same as the old plan.
No, that's right. Same as the old plan. But we'll talk about it tonight. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. San Diego in the house. Robert Romo, good evening. Soul Seeker, we said hey to Jenna. Rubber Ducky, Spock here. Edwin Romero, good evening. CSI, you're not on the wagon, are you? Thank you very much for all the kind wishes. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. With these new requirements, Mason. All right, so we're going to talk about that, Mason. We're going to get to it. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're going to get to it. I know we put that in the title, so we promise we will attempt to do our best, right? We'll do our best. That's all we can give you guys.
I want to start out this live stream just by kind of like the same way that I finished my afternoon live stream today, just reminding everybody to keep a zen frame of mind and a still heart as much as you can. We obviously are in a bear market, and we could be in one for some coming time, maybe till the elections, maybe all the way through 2023. So the sooner you just accept that and accept that your portfolio might be red, and we will help you look for some other opportunities with your side money to make money if you want to. It's not a requirement. I know some people get mad at me because I'm trying to make money in some other plays, but hey, who wants to sit there and watch a line go flat all day for 2 years? I'd like to make some money along the way. So I'm going to do that. And in the meantime, the rest of my portfolio, my other long-term investments, of course, they're red, just like yours. So it's not the first time, and it's not the last time in your investing career that there will be a bear market. It might be the first time, but it won't be the last. So you just got to you got to muddle through it. I mean, not every day in the stock market's a green day. So no one's panicking over here. We've been talking about this exact week, this exact scenario for some time coming. Nothing's changed. I don't worry about stocks going down. They might go down a lot more. It's not going to change my day or my outlook or my demeanor or make me upset or make me sad. If I have a day like that, I just don't turn on the stock screen, or the TV. Go do something productive with your life.
Yeah.
So that's my moment of zen for you.
Okay. Sounds good. To the Mats out there, I see people asking about phase 6. What's going to happen tomorrow? We're going to get into that, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're just kind of doing some hellos, and Tony was just giving his opinion on the market going forward. And I'll say the same thing, right, Tony? We're going to probably be looking at a bear market for a little bit. Now, will we see another little bull run like we just saw? Very possible, right? Absolutely. That we might see that leading up to the midterms, but it could be a while before we see a run again like we did mid-2021. That was unprecedented. So,
yeah, if you got in the market in 2021, just know that you got in at the high. Like, that's like jumping on a roller coaster as it's at the top of the peak, about to get you on the funnest part of the ride. Well, now you're at the end of the ride, and we got to wait a while for it to cycle back for the fun part.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Tony, you're getting a lot of compliments about your shirt.
Oh, thank you.
A lot of compliments in chat. Yep.
I got a new hat too, by the way.
Yes, I like that. Maintain whiskey. Oh boy, I like it. I like it. George says I'm holding till hell freezes over. Right on, right on. Only thing green for me is Ape, says the vineyards. Did those synthetics just go poof? We're gonna find out. Christian Princess says, so glad you guys are here with, man, this is going fast. The chat's going fast. Thank you guys for all the wishes. Appreciate it. Shirley, thank you. Shoot, man, that went by fast.
Did you put your chat? Did you put your chat on 60 seconds?
I put it on 30, I think.
Okay.
It's supposed to be on 60 or 30.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. It depends on how fast you want to try and read. I have mine on 60.
I probably should change that. But I'm afraid now if I go in there, it will lag and I'll go all predator.
Go easy on Massalorian, guys.
Yeah, go easy on me. I'm an old man today. Everyone's saying not fatigued. No one's fatigued. No one's fatigued. Maybe Tony a little bit.
I know some people are. I mean, I see it in the comments. But I know many of you are not. I was just reaching out to the people who are feeling a little bit stressed. It's okay. You'll be okay.
Let's just turn the light on again. Man, this thing's getting riled up. Been holding going on 2 years, says Adrian. Right on, Adrian. Yeah, well, I'm going on like 19 months. I just realized, or 18 months. 19 months. Just scroll backwards to slow down and read Christian Princess. You know how fast this is going, Christian Princess? You have no idea. No idea. The craziness. Eric Bissell, good evening. Eric says, Tony and Mass, serious question. I doubt it. Let's see. We're gonna check. We're gonna check this serious question that you have. If I can read it. Tony and Mass, hang on. If AMC, let's say AA and AMC dilute Ape once it goes to say $2, wouldn't that pay off their debt completely and give them money? Wouldn't AMC fly up? Eric, yeah, in on paper, you would assume that.
Not
that would crush the shorts.
Not
to $2 maybe. Yeah, that might be.
I think we had said around $10 or $11 would be enough to pay off $5 billion in debt. So we need Ape at about $11.
Good point. Good point. Miss Gloria, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I did. I'm turning 21 today. George says TD is 2,500 subscribers short from buying. What do you need? A second chair. Time is going fast. All right, we got to get Tony. We'll get Tony on that. 2.5 subscribers to 20K. Let's get him there, right? Sooner the better.
The next thing I'm buying is 2 more monitors to make the stream better so I can have, and so I don't miss plays. Like I've got 8 tabs on this one monitor where I'm trying to watch all these stocks. So Scarlett was the other day, why do you need 2 more monitors? I'm like, because we're missing plays because they're on hidden tabs. But if we have 2 more monitors, I can keep my eyeballs on things. And yeah, I missed that damn run up in that stock today because I was live streaming. I didn't have it up. My screener, I guess the parameters, whatever parameters I have set for low float stocks, didn't pick it up. So I need to go figure that out tonight. What a shame. I definitely would have played that at the end of the day if it would have popped up. I was sitting here watching. I had, right before I went live, I added all the hot plays of the day from my screener into one of my tabs, but that was not on there. So that's probably my fault.
Yeah. Yep. I'm trying right now to really pick between what I necessarily need and what I don't need, just because I put so much money into making this living room into a bedroom. Like, I didn't realize how much it was going to cost to really put this petition wall up and all the extra things that had to go into it. And now I'm looking at like, all right, now I got to be really careful about the purchases I make going forward. They really have to make a big improvement to the channel for me to be spending the money on it, right? Yep. It's just money I don't want to take out right now, especially when my portfolio was down.
If anybody, I'm just curious, if anybody in the chat and Massalorian chat or mine has more than 4 monitors and not an Apple computer, let me know. I was looking, like, my graphics card has 4 ports on it. And I guess, I don't know if I want to put 2 graphics cards in to get 6 monitors. So I might just limit myself to 4. I guess it's not very common for a PC to have a graphics card with 6 video, monitor outlets.
Yeah, outputs, right?
But on some of the Apple products, they do.
Interesting. Okay. So would you switch over from PC? Would you consider it?
I mean, I just bought this computer in December, so.
Me too.
No,
I know.
Me too. I'm not buying a new PC, and I'm not going to shell out for 4 more monitors plus another graphics card. I'm just going to live. I'll just add 2 monitors, and that's it. It's already expensive enough as it is.
Yeah.
But if there is anyone who
the same.
Yeah, someone said get bigger monitors. I guess that's an option too. Yeah.
Yeah, those 36 inches, the long ones, they're expensive though. They're very pricey.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep the cost outlay relative to the income.
Yeah, yeah. It was funny because I had to switch over some of the banking things from obviously moving, and some of the things that I forgot about that are on automatic pay withdrawal, like Canva, like having Canva Pro just for the thumbnails. Like you forget about things like this, and all of a sudden it's like red, like, oh, you didn't pay your monthly statement. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. That's $13 a month right there. You know, I'm trying to figure out where is this money going? It's going in one hand, out the other. But yeah, it's all these things, right? But you need them. You need them. It's the only way to stay afloat. Bigger monitors, everyone's saying. Yes, bigger
Someone's
monitors.
saying HDMI splitter. I guess I could look into that too.
HDMI split. Yep. You could do that too. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And that's the same thing with me, Tony. I bought this computer last year to do live streaming and record videos, right? Spent a lot of money on it. Unfortunately, cracked the screen a couple weeks ago, but I don't really want to give this computer up because I got so much money into it right now. I don't have really the cash to be buying a new computer at this point. So you make do with what you have.
Yep.
Unless it becomes an issue where I can't stream, then we got to change.
You know me, I'm not big on wasting money on stuff I don't need. So, you know, I'm going to try it with the 4 monitors and see if I can get by with that. And then if I can't, then, you know, months down the road, we'll look at adding more, but we'll just step up to 2 more, maybe in a month or 2.
Muskie Doge says, Mass is a Virgo, very wise and analytical indeed. I think we're supposed to be creative and out of control, but I'll take that assessment, Muskie Doge. Let's see. Is the Phase 6 36-inch monitor, Stephen Vincent? So, all right, I know a lot of you guys want to talk about that. So maybe we can start off.
Take it away.
Yeah, we can start off with that. So let me put the graphic up on the screen for us. Hang on one second. We're going to do a share screen, and hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. All right, let me pull this up. Because I did make a new one. All right, Tony, I'm going to full screen it for 1 second while I get the other one set up.
Yeah.
And should be showing up right about now. Okay, so you guys should be seeing it on the screen.
Take off the chat.
Should be a list of... Yep. Hide the chat.
No, I mean the one on the bottom, the highlighted chat from Muskie Doge.
Yep. Hide it. Come on, baby. Come on. Man, it's tough to handle this. I'm trying. All right, there we go. I think it's hidden.
That looks good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about Isda and what's going to happen tomorrow and where is it coming from? So first of all, let's just be very clear about this. Bigums and Randall Cornett are the 2 channels you want to go to for this information. These guys have been following this for months and are clearly up to date on it and have a way better, a much larger wealth of knowledge than me and Tony on this. But we'll go over it anyways. So it goes into effect tomorrow morning, September 1st, 2022. This is the 6th phase. There have been 5 previous, and this was actually supposed to go into effect last year, but it's been delayed because of the pandemic. So the first tomorrow will actually be a day ready longer than, a whole year, calendar year, that they've had time to prepare for this. It will affect any of the funds out there who have over $8 billion in AANA, and we'll talk about what that is. Phase 5, which was the last time they raised that rate, was $50 billion. So they are dropping it substantially here. These requirements that are going to be needed to be met, they're doing it to get rid of some systematic risk. And this has come about a lot since 2008, right? Tony, you want to take a couple of the next ones?
No, I'll let you go through it. I'm just reading some chats here while you're talking. You
Sure.
did the work. Go ahead.
Yep. Okay. So originally the concerns about these margin requirements were by the G20, which is a bunch of countries in Europe and North America. And they basically have put this around in the economy to try to keep down this risk after what happened. So, and we saw a perfect example of this with Archegos. What happened with Bill Hwang back in last year with Discovery and those stocks. It's estimated to affect upwards of 775 different entities across the economy. Non-compliance can land you on a DNT list, which is do not trade. So basically, if you don't get in line and you basically get black booked, so to speak. And why are we concerned about this? Well, we're thinking about this, and I think me personally, and I've discussed this with Tony before, about possibly smaller funds getting in trouble, trying to meet these requirements. Now, the thing that we're not really talking about is how much have they done in the whole, all the time leading up to this date, September 1st, right, guys? We've known about it for a long time. Big M's and Randall have been talking about it for a long time. So they've known about it for a long time. So that becomes the question now. How prepared really are they for this? And I think that's going to tell you, that's going to dictate what happens with this tomorrow. If this is actually something they haven't prepared for, then we might see some craziness. But this could be another date that just comes and goes. It's one of these known catalysts that we've talked about that come and go. And, I think me and Tony have been pretty clear. We're looking for that unknown catalyst, right? That thing that is going to come up and bite them on the ass and that they never saw coming. And that's my only issue with all of these dates and everything. All this stuff can be pre-planned for. It's the unknown catalyst, the black swan event that I'm interested in, that I'm looking forward to. All right, down for a second. And I'm sure you guys have some questions, won't be able to answer, but fire away. All right, let me get this graphic down first. There we go. Is the graphic down?
Yep.
For you guys? Okay. There we go. All right. So that's where we're at with that. Now, like I said, I have no idea how this is going to affect the market tomorrow. I don't even know if it's being implemented. Do you think probably before the trading day starts, Tony, tomorrow?
I'm looking, it's affecting US, EU, Australia, Canada, Hong Kong, Korea, and Switzerland. So probably, yeah, for the beginning of the trading day for each of those regions. There's a slide that was being passed around on Twitter, the Isda OTC derivatives compliance calendar, September 1st for all of these different regions. Initial margin requirements apply to covered swap entities with material swaps exposure. So yeah, September 1st.
Sorry about that.
For those asking about the date, that is the date on the ISDA compliance calendar.
So what is the hashtag Save Billy? Can someone please explain that to me?
I will, since I can talk.
Okay.
Bigum's did a live stream like 2 nights ago on his whiteboard explaining, what was he explaining? The ape, why ape is a good thing. And he used Billy, a little boy that got run over by a bus, as his example of ape. Yeah. And then he went on Trey the next morning and talked about it some more. So for those of you that did not watch that, that I think at least the first 30 minutes of Bigum's talk was a really good talk in an entertaining manner about why he believes the ape is really the, as I call it, the ticket to ride for AMC. It is Adam Aaron's ability to pay off the debt in the future. And we can't ignore the fact that AMC has $5 billion in debt and coming due between 2023 and 2029. if there is no squeeze that you're waiting for before that debt starts coming due, you're going to be holding a company that is in serious trouble. Now, maybe you didn't realize that when you bought it, but that is the situation. I'm sure none of us wanted to be holding a stock with $5 billion in debt for 2 years, but that could be the situation. So it's got to be dealt with at some point. And Ape is the way that they could do it. And if you haven't seen it, there is a great video clip going around of Warren Buffett from about 1995 at the shareholders meeting. And I swear to God, it's exactly the same speech, the same talking points that Adam Aron gave about the preferred stock being a currency that the company can use strategically. Now, in Warren Buffett's case, they wanted the currency. They used that exact word. You know, the words that Meet Kevin said, make this a scam.
Yes.
Warren Buffett said, Warren Buffett used those exact words. It's almost like Adam Aron went back to 1995 and pulled that slide deck to now, because it's the exact same thing. And the questions from the audience were the same thing that the AMC investors are asking Adam Aron, except Warren Buffett got a round of applause and Adam Aron's getting jeered and booed.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what else Warren Buffett said. He talked about good dilution. He might not have used that exact phrase, but the audience was worried about dilution of the preferred stock on their shares. And he said, yeah, if we're stupid and we're, irresponsible, dilution could be harmful, but we can be harmful with cash and common stock too. So you're not giving us any special powers here. What you're giving us is a tool, a currency to use to improve shareholder value. Now, in his case, he's like, if we can buy, let's just make up a number. If we can buy a company that wants preferred stock in Berkshire Hathaway instead of cash, that's going to add shareholder value of 1.5 billion, and we can get that for $1 billion in preferred stock, that is improving shareholder value. That is good dilution. And I would make the same argument. And I've been researching this. I know people hate to hear this, but there is a possibility that paying off the debt on AMC could be seen as good dilution. I can't say that with certainty how the market's going to take it, because I don't know. But it will fundamentally improve the company's balance sheet and all of the ratios that accountants and finance guys look at. So maybe it will be good dilution. I can't say that with 100% certainty, but I would encourage you to go find that clip of Warren Buffett. It's floating around on Discords and Twitter and Reddit. It's about 12 minutes. And I think you'll be surprised at the parallels between that talk and what Adam Aron's been saying.
You said that was on a Berkshire Hathaway earnings call, actually?
From 1995. It's on YouTube. There is a YouTuber who put a 6-minute clip, just the talk about preferred stock, or you can find the whole thing. It's about an hour long, and the Warren Buffett part is in the first 10 or 15 minutes. The preferred stock part is in the first 10 or 15 minutes.
Got it. Okay.
But that's where Say Billy came from.
That's where Billy's from. Got it. Let's see. So I'm interested to know in the chat, what are your guys' thoughts on this? I'm interested to know in the chat, because I know a lot of people have been asking us about it, what our thoughts were. And I know for me personally, I've seen too many dates come and go that I feel like have been hyped up to the point where they should have been ready for this by now. If we're anticipating them making a mistake, there's a good chance they've already corrected it at this point. Possibly. But I can't say that for sure. And as this play evolves, things change, right, on a daily basis.
You're talking about the hedge funds and phase 6 or the family offices?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it all comes down to, like, these are professionals. So if they have the financial capacity to plan for it, they have. Now, if some of them are getting caught off guard because the market's going down and they're already over levered, yes, there could be some interesting stuff happen, but we won't know that until things start getting implemented. So I'm taking just a sit back and chill type attitude. If something happens, great. I wake up to a surprise one day. And if it doesn't, then I'm not disappointed.
Yep. And we've been trying to play that this whole time this way. By the way, MC, thank you, my friend, so much. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Big M's whiteboards are epic for shorting my ADHD, says Steven Vincent. Love that shit. Yeah, and listen, we got no issue with Big M's. We love Big M's over here. We're big fans. So I definitely 100% hope that he's right about this tomorrow. I hope this does turn out to be something really good for us. But like Tony said, we've gone past these dates before. And because we've prepped this way, we haven't woken up disappointed. Not on March 3rd, not on June 3rd, not on any of these dates, right? We've just woken up, just been another day. MK Malta says I need to watch the whole thing. I will definitely listen to it. Absolutely. Let's say to hit some people in the chat. Pam the Trader is here tonight. Adrian Fernandez. We got Wood Stonk. Jeffrey Rocha. Good evening. RWK88. MK Malta, I said. Roseanne, good evening. MC, how you doing tonight, my friend? J Dub, 1796 Patriot. The new guy. Get away from me. Get away from me. And all right, I think we're caught up here to the bottom. Michael Anthony, we got. All right. Let's see. J Beebs, I didn't see. Tom Z, Jimmy Bryant, AMC Panda. All right, now I'm catching up here. Boss Blunts exposed Meet Kevin understatement, says MC.
Yeah, I was going to talk about. I wanted to talk about a couple of other common questions that have been coming through my DMs and Discord since I haven't been live.
Let's do it.
Meet Kevin. I'm just going to touch on this real briefly. First of all, he did delete all of his AMC Ape videos and tweets, by the way.
Wow.
Once he saw my video, he was like,
that's it. Can't do it.
No, he got mad. He got mad that he got called out and people didn't listen to him. And, but also what came out is Meet Kevin is launching 3 ETFs. Did you know that?
No, is he really?
He is. And coincidentally, you might have heard that there's a bearish meme ETF coming out.
Oh,
did you
really?
hear about that? Yeah.
No, tell me. No, tell me.
Well, I mean, we've already had a bullish meme ETF. That's been out for a while. And of course, it's just a matter of time before they come out with the opposite. You always got a bear and bull ETF on just about anything you want. So it doesn't surprise me that a bearish ETF is coming out. And it's just, look, they've already got a million ways to Sunday to short us. What is one more? I'm not really concerned about that. Am I happy about it? No, of course not. But look, if they want to short us, there's plenty of ways they can short us. Yep. This is just one more.
Yep.
But here's the interesting tie-in with Meet Kevin. And I posted this in my Discord. If you look at the underwriter, the attorneys involved, all of the key parties, Massalorian, are almost the freaking same between the bearish ETF and Meet Kevin's 3 little ETFs about the stocks that he likes.
Interesting.
So it's not that Meet Kevin has a bearish ETF. He does not, right?
Mm-hmm.
But all of the parties that are putting together his ETFs are the exact same parties that are putting together this meme bear ETF. And that's what really got people upset. And I've just been kind of theorizing that, when you get up there in YouTube land and you're doing financial stuff, you probably cross paths with some people on Wall Street that become your informal advisors, right? Maybe say, hey, would you like to have an ETF? That people you go to for questions. I would love to have somebody like that. I often talk about it. I wish I had someone that could help me figure shit out like that. Pick up the phone. What does this really mean? Yeah. And I am convinced, even though Kevin says it was all his own due diligence, it would be my guess that he probably talked to somebody and got his ideas about the AMC Ape. I call it a script in joking manner, but I think he was fed some ideas by someone smarter than him. And he's like, yeah, that sounds all legit. Let me get out a video. I haven't talked about AMC in a year, but let me get that video out.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if Matt Kors copied Meet Kevin, or, you know, they have the same friend that gave them the info, but it was eerily similar how Matt and Kevin's talking points were so close.
Yeah. Interesting.
So
very interesting.
I just kind of think when I'm looking at these people that are helping Kevin put together his ETF, and they're also doing the bearish ETF on the meme stocks, wouldn't that guy, you know, maybe make Kevin an unwitting patsy by loading him with some information that sounds legit, that if you don't read the documents and actually put some real thought into it, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
You know, let's get out of Ape.
Yeah.
It's going to be dilution.
Well,
so
man, I didn't realize that, Tony. Nice catch.
It's been an interesting week, and poor Kevin's, he just wiped his he wiped all his Ape stuff off the, you know, but the internet never forgets. It's all, you can
they
still
don't
find it all.
Yep. You sure can. You sure can.
And as far as
a couple people in the chat, go ahead.
DC is asking, what is Lou talking about the AMC ETF? That's what we're talking about, the bearish ETF. But again, you know, some people on YouTube that don't really, you know, they just like to use buzzwords. Oh, there's a bearish ETF.
Right.
It's another way to short the stock. Look, it's nothing that doesn't already exist out there. I don't want you guys losing any sleep over that. There's a million ways they can short our stock already. What's 1,000,001?
That's right. That's right. Looks like Shadow Girl's looking for a sugar daddy in the chat. And someone's asking about the end of the tunnel. And Liz Clayman just joined us. Good evening, Liz Clayman.
What's up, Liz?
I definitely think there's light at the end of the tunnel. Me and Tony wouldn't still be in this play. And if we ever decide to leave it, you guys are going to be the first to know. If I don't find value in this anymore, I'm out. And it's simple as that. I have stood by this company and will continue to stand by this company. I'm a fan of the movies. I'm a fan of AMC. Always have been. One of the reasons why I got in this play, one of many, but one of the reasons I'm not getting out is definitely not because Isda tomorrow and these new requirements don't cause a short squeeze for me. And
I'm not getting out because
back to that.
I'm not getting out because a couple of YouTubers don't like Ape.
Right.
I mean,
right,
that's all it's the same freaking company. It's gonna sort itself out. And you either look, if you're understand that they have debt that needs to be paid off, you stay in the play. If you don't like that, then get out now. Now's your chance. Because you're invested in a company that's got $5 billion in debt that they need to pay off. That is the reality. You got to make a decision, guys. No one's gonna judge you, you know, for doing what you need to do.
Nope. That's one thing for sure on these channels. We try not to judge anyone. Everyone's got their own financial situations out there. Some people are being allowed to continue to buy and hold. Some people are able to still buy. Some people are not. Some people have to sell. And we all need to get our heads wrapped around that idea that everyone's going to have a different situation. I'm still bullish on the company. So is Tony. That's why we're still talking about it. If at some point this play no longer becomes something that can be profitable, you're going to know. And we're going to talk about different things on the channel going forward on the collabs, but we're still going to be talking about AMC because we're going to be holding our position. So you don't have to worry about that. No one's selling any Ape or AMC over here. Let's see. Pam says she's still buying on the dip. See, there you go. Pam is still buying on the dip. Rachel says
I bought Ape twice this week, by the way.
You did, right? 580,
550.
Yep.
And 550 yesterday and $5 today.
Oh, you got that 5 today.
Yeah. And you know, I'm not, like I said on my live stream today, I'm not buying 1,000 shares at a time because there's still potential downside. That's the market right now that we're in. I'm adding strategically to positions but I'm not spending my last dollar because
No.
tomorrow it might be 450 for all I know. How do I know I'm not going to wake up to the SPY being down 3%? Nothing to do with Ape, but you
Right.
know, if it's cheaper tomorrow, I want to have some money to buy tomorrow too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't want to be out of cash, right?
All right.
Dream of Stuff says, yeah, the pounce is AA debt removal. That's the biggest catalyst for me. Yeah, absolutely. Dream of Stuff. When I think that's what he was intending with this, right? As well as trying to expose these shorts. Some of this tomfoolery that's going on. Old Doge says, Ape will work. Just hodl if you can. We're all hodling, man. I know on these channels we are hodling. I bought a little, but I'm going to sell, says RWK88. I picked up 100 shares at $5 too. So roasted caffeine. Yeah, you guys got in at $5 today, huh? That was a good. That's gotta be a good buy. I mean, honestly, this stock was at $27 2 weeks ago, and now it's at what? What are we at? Like $13.50?
Yeah, nine
combined between the
plus
two?
5.
Yeah, $14. So it's half price right now. More. Doc is in the house. G Immortal. Good evening, Cha-ching. AMC Panda, we said. Angelina ATF, how you doing tonight? David Wiley, Muskie Doge in the house. Dr. McLovin, saw 24 the money. Norm, I saw Lupe. JT Wisco, how you doing tonight? DC Woodstonk and Real Rugged DIY. Real Rugged says, Massalorian, wonder if they're going to try to use the bearish. Oh, okay. We got this question, right? Somehow anti-meme retail take on some of that short interest so they can scale out. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility, right? Real Rugged. Someone said I would go to jail so that 4 million people could squeeze.
I saw that. I don't even want to know what he was suggesting.
Short sentence. I don't know either, but I would take a short bid if we could squeeze this. Ken Arms says, Tony and Mass, we Bush Securities top analyst just got issued a $2 price tag for AMC. I know in March of 2021, Rich Greenfield gave AMC a 1 penny price tag, and then it soared to $72 within 3 months. So they can take those price targets and stick them up their rear end.
Yep.
Salute to Mass, says opinionated assholes. We got into ATXG at $20 on JWS. Nice, opinionated assholes. Great, man.
$2 is actually that's about a 200%. That's about a 200% bull over that 1 penny guy.
Right.
That's how I look at it.
Right. It's a hell of a buy. Hell of a buy. Nice though. Good, nice to get in on TXG. Yeah. Some people were able to get paid on that. Bill Buttlicker says, what if it gets shorted to $1? Really, really hard to pay off debt that low. Seems like they dump all they will want. Lost 100% in 2 weeks. Bill, we all just saw our shares get cut in half, right? In the last 2 weeks, we are all still holding. I know it sucks, but it is what it is. We've seen this happen before. This isn't the first time. We were at $9 2 weeks before 27.
Gme was high, AMC was high, Bed Bath and Beyond was high. I mean, if you are charting, you could tell that they were reaching a peak and a pullback was probably going to come.
Yeah.
The split and all the FUD, and then on top of that, Powell at Jackson Hole of that's why everything's getting obliterated right now.
Right.
And it's not just the meme stocks, but the meme stocks are going to take punishment more than a blue chip stock. That's just, guys, you've been in this play for a long time.
Right.
You've seen this happen before. I'm not trying to talk anybody into staying in it, but I mean, I know there are trolls in here, putting these comments in. The guys who are solid in this play have been through this roller coaster many times. If you're scared it's going to go down to $1, I would suggest you sell tomorrow.
Yeah. Honestly.
And if you're, otherwise, I'm just assuming that the people throwing those comments out, and I know some of the names are purposely trolling. So Mass, some of those comments you can just skip over.
Yeah, if you see them you hit me in the private chat if you see them.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. Ryan says, Mass, can you explain how a lot of apes, shit, now I covered it, cost are under $4. Some have averaged down to 0.063 cents. So, Ryan, I think what we might be seeing there, are you asking about the cost average being under $4 and getting delisted? Is that what you're worried about? Cost average is under $4, somewhere in the cents. So would that be on the way the brokers divided up AMC and APE, Tony, of why
Yeah,
Ryan
there
might
are.
be seeing that?
I'm guessing, but I don't know. I'm guessing that he's in Canada. Some of the Canadian brokers have taken different ways to reflect the cost basis of Ape in
Okay.
client accounts. And what I've
Okay.
been telling people is don't worry about what the cost basis of AMC versus Ape is in your account, because at the end of the day, did your overall cost basis between the two plays change? If you had $1,000 invested in it, does it matter if it says 999 is in AMC and $1 is in Ape, or 500 is in each? Does it really matter?
Right.
As long as your cost basis is still the same between the two, I don't see the big deal. But if it bothers you, call your broker. And if you're worried about taxes, then I would say, print out the paperwork from Adam Aaron where he said he expects them to be the same, and get yourself a good CPA if you want to go make that argument that it should have been divided 50-50 and your broker is reflecting a incorrect cost basis. It really doesn't matter until you sell and pay taxes. What you see in your broker account is irrelevant.
Hey, John, hey. I want to offer
What's
you
this?
a beer, buddy.
Thank you, bro.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man.
Is it really
bro.
your birthday?
Appreciate you. Appreciate it. I got a birthday beer.
Is it your birthday?
Yes. 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 Thank you.
Happy fucking birthday. I didn't know that.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you, bro.
To getting old together.
Appreciate it. To get old. What a time to party. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, man. Much love. If it says, I'm sorry, I got pulled away there. What did we say? What were we just saying?
We were just talking about the cost basis. New guy asking if I have any AMC calls. I do not at the moment. I'll be looking if we fall somewhere between if we add the two tickers up, if we fall to some price level between $9 and $12, I would be considering calls. But I've got to also look at the overall market conditions and see if I think in 90 days we could have a swing up. Because I like to buy them about 3 months out when AMC hits a low.
Yes. Yeah. And we're probably close to that right now, right? I still feel for real in the chat. Phil, how you doing tonight?
We're getting close. We're getting close. Yeah.
We're getting close. We are. Phil, by the way, hell of a job on the last couple of videos you released, man. They were unbelievable. I know we played a bunch of them the other night. I hope you don't mind, but we tried to send some people to the channel. We played the Trey video. What was the other video that we played, Tony? Trey and
the Meet Kevin fanny pack.
Yeah, yes, that's it.
I would start singing it, but then it's going to be stuck in everybody's head. Phil's had some real good. Phil's had some good live streams in the afternoons lately, playing his music and keeping people in good spirits. So, good job, Phil. We appreciate you.
Phil's an OG. Phil for real, guys. If you haven't gone to Phil's channel, check it out. Go to Phil for real's channel. PHIL 4, the number, and then REAL. Dino Mike says Mass uses more chapstick than LL Cool J. Thanks, guys, for all the birthday chats. Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Appreciate all you guys. Let's see. They can try to delist us. Hang on here. Let me pull this up. Where are all those Redditors who kept saying let AMC drop below $10 and I will be more? Here's your chance, peeps. Yeah, Sun Chi. We're right at about me and Tony. Actually, I don't know about Tony, but my cost average is right around here. So I am working on getting that right to about the level.
Someone asked me in the chat, I saw it fly by earlier, what my cost average is on the new Ape that I bought. So I bought it at now $5.80, $5, $5.50. And I did buy a little bit above $7. So my total cost average on the ape that I've added since it came out is right at $6 because of that high $7 purchase. So I'd like to bring that down. If it stays around the $5 level, I'll keep adding. If it drops, I'd like my, considering the price is $5, I'd like my cost average to be closer to $5.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
But
We'll
6
see what
is not
happens.
bad.
Yeah.
6 is not bad. No, not at all. Not at all. Guys, thank you very much for all the happy birthdays. Appreciate it. I really wasn't expecting that. I forgot I don't live alone anymore. That's weird. All of a sudden, this guy swings my door open and hands me a beer. I'm not used to that. I wish it was a naked chick, but I'll take my roommate, I guess. Yeah, beggars can't be choosers, right? Let's see. And MC, appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. The RWK, did you ask a question? Bro, you don't have to super chat to ask a question. You know that. Let me see if I can find your question. Let's see. Yes, Pam, I was hiding the fact that it's my birthday today from you. Where is your question, RWK? Crap. Hang on, bro. I'm going back to try to find it. Do you see it, Tony? He said it was a super chat.
Who is it? He's not in mine.
RWK88. I must have missed it. That's the only thing I don't like about Restream is trying to go back to the chats here. RWK8, just 88. Just put it in one more time, bro. You don't have to super chat. Just I'm gonna be looking for it right now.
Do you not have your YouTube? Do you have a YouTube window open also? I find that helpful.
I don't right now. I wish I could, but I'm nervous. I'm nervous because of the stream. I don't know if it's my computer or what's going on right now, but I'm nervous, very nervous. And the new guy, thank you very much. Appreciate that, the new guy. Thank you, Katie. Margie Call says, Tony, happy birthday, Mass. Thank you. Don't you want to get the Mac Course fanny pack? No, I don't. Phil's saying new records this weekend. Beautiful. All right, that's what we need. I like keeping it light. Let's see. BioLife, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you. I only count the number of shares in my account, says Urban Ape. Don't care about the average cost of AMC or Ape. Me neither. I mean, Tony, has that honestly ever bothered you? Have you ever really looked at your cost average and been like, man, I wish I could? I mean, when we saw prices go to 70.
I mean, I started buying AMC at $8, and I've bought as high as like $39. So I don't like it when AMC's at 24, looking at that batch of shares being in the red by 50%, or at $15. But my overall basis, I've got some that are in the green, some that aren't. So it is what it is. We're in a red market. I mean, my whole freaking portfolio has shares, portions of them that are in the red. What? If you only have one stock, I get it. It's concerning. But if you have a portfolio, I guarantee you a lot of what you have is probably red.
Yes. Phil Farrell says, post MOAS. Oh, please. I can't lose this. Hold on. Phil said, post MOAS, it will be thick Dr. Chick Mass. Yeah, I need a wing woman from the chat. Definitely. Urban Ape says, love the community. Look, guys, that's a big part of this too. All of you guys who are invested in this play. And it's one of the reasons why we keep coming out here. And this is important to all of us. We're all holding this stock right now. So don't take it for granted how powerful and how strong this community can be. I think we take that I don't think we take that into consideration sometimes. Go ahead, T.
I was going to ask Eric Bissell if he's been smoking something tonight. He's talking about 5 billion apes.
Oh, God.
Come on, Eric. We've been covering this shit. We've been covering this shit for a month, man. There's no 5 billion apes.
No. Thank you.
Go back and watch
happy
the
birthday
videos.
says. Yes. Junaki Ross says, happy birthday, Mass Cheers from Puerto Rico. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining us from Puerto Rico. That's great. I'm definitely going to be coming to visit you someday. Yes, I will be coming to visit you. Let's see. Tony, aren't there 5 billion? Okay, there's Eric's question. Oh, wow. You're getting faster than I am, T. Jesus.
I guess maybe the concern is like, what if Ape goes to $1 and stays there forever, Massalorian, and then they've got to pay off 5 billion in debt? He'd have to issue all 5 billion apes. Okay, yeah, and an asteroid could land in my backyard too.
Yeah,
I don't see
the chance of that happening.
I mean, is in the universe of possibilities, is it a possibility? Of course. Is it a likely possibility? Not really that likely.
Okay, hang on, because I found RWK88's comment. He said, phone cut me off. I bought a little ape, but I'm selling Sony if it falls to 77 to buy all the ape I can. That's RWK88. I hope that's your comment, bro. I'm sorry I missed it on the super chat. Apologies. Numbers of shares is all that matters, says Aaron. That's right. I buy GME almost every day. Don't even know. Wait a minute. Whoa. Hang on. Sorry, guys. That went by really fast. Somebody said, happy birthday. Get yourself some NVIDIA puts for December. Oh, boy. Gia says, would you guys buy more Ape or more AMC roughly if I had the same share count? I would buy whatever's cheaper right now, to be honest with you. I would take whatever's cheaper.
I am buying what's cheaper. I've been talking about that for weeks. I made a video about it in response to Meet Kevin, and I have bought 4 times now Ape since it came out.
Yeah.
That is assuming that
$6.
That's assuming that my thesis is correct, that, you know, it's going to hit some level of stability and that right now it is overly pressured with negative sentiment. I think between the two, I'll get a bigger bounce eventually in Ape. I could be wrong. We'll see, you know.
We'll see.
It's just monopoly money anyways. I mean,
right.
I don't
right.
I'm just throwing money
here.
I'm throwing money. No, it's not paper trading, it's real money, but I'm just throwing money into the furnace of the market. I was thinking of it as I was going to get my lunch today. I was thinking about a lot of things. Like what is we don't have any real history with Ape. Like what channel, what range is it going to trade in, right? Like, am I doing the right thing? Should I be buying at $5? Should I wait to see if it goes to 3? I don't know, because we don't really have, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like, I feel like I'm putting my money on a hard 6, or I'm betting the 2 or the 11, you know, and hoping that it hits. It is a little bit, it's a little bit of there's a bit of gambling involved.
Gambling going on.
You don't know which one is going to pay out.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, and you have to be, in order to stay in this play, you have to be okay with that. If you can't,
well, I
handle
mean,
that,
you don't have to buy either one of them. I mean, you could just sit with what you got, right? Just keep your money on the pass line. Hope for a 7. No, an 11.
Yep. 7, yes, 7 or 11.
7 or 11 on the come out. 7 is a crap.
Yeah, so you want, you crap out if you hit the 7 before your number after your rollout, right? Yeah. We gotta play some craps, Tony. I'm excited. I hope we get to a casino soon. That'll be fun.
So. Mohegan Sun.
Mohegan Sun, or I mean, I got one right up the street from me, literally 15 minutes from here. You can sports gamble and everything. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Feliz Cumpleaños, Mass. Thank you, Jose Rodriguez. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Let's see, ATXG, Droobs. Good evening tonight. How you doing? Ape all day, every day. Billy never lost our hashtag. Billy says, Weirdo Shine. Cancel Bubble says, what do we think of Beyond Meat stock? It's pretty much an all-time low. You know, it depends, Cancel Bubble. I'd have to leave that to the experts on conspiracy theories. If you think we're going away from ground up prime beef, it might be a good investment, but I'm not looking down that road. I'm hoping we're going to have a change before that. But as a stock play, I don't know. I haven't looked at the the fundamentals of it or the financials of it at all. Have you been checking into Beyond Meat at all, Tony?
I have not, but I think it's on the short list. Let me pull it up here.
Is it?
It is,
Billy
yeah,
says
35% short interest and 25% cost to borrow. So I have been looking at a couple of these plays. Like we've been looking into Weber, which is like 54% short. But there is a reason why some of these companies are heavily shorted, and it's because their financials are an absolute horror show. And so I think if you're buying a Beyond or a Weber, which I have a little bit of position in Weber, not because I like the company or the financials are going to improve anytime soon, but because I'm counting on that trusty retail crowd to come in and run it up because they like the high short interest. How many times do we see that?
yeah.
Just
CTB
a matter of,
and SI, right?
yeah. I mean, there are people that is all they look at, and despite all common sense, they go in and buy the stock and run it up. So if I can buy it when it's cheap and get out in a run up of crazed short interest chasers, that works for me. But I think Beyond Meat's probably in that category of financial wrecks.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Someone said be careful at some casinos. Someone just got smoked at a local casino, says Chris Kingleshaw. Fire King 30 says, I'm excited. Just scored 50-yard line tickets to my favorite college football team home opener. Fire King 30, what team? Congrats. That's nice, man. Plain Ridge? No, I'm right down the street from Twin Rivers. I'm like about 10 minutes from Twin Rivers. Good morning from Germany, says Lordy. Mass and Tony, good morning to everyone else too. Lordy, good morning. How are you in Germany today? Man, you guys are looking like you're going to have a tough winter over there. Lordy, make sure you stay in touch with me over the winter. I'd love to know what's going on with fuel prices over in Germany. As I was just watching some of those stories.
I was watching a newscast that natural gas is 3x last year's price. Does that sound right?
In Europe.
In Europe?
In Europe? Yes.
What the hell? What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah. They're saying right now there's almost, I think they have 200,000 people, and Dave Thomas is here somewhere. He's my England guy. That they have like 250,000 people who have signed up to boycott their utility bills until the prices come down. Something like that. They got a petition going around. They said that the average amount of debt people have racked up on their energy bills in 2022 is up 97%. That's insane. That's crazy. 97%. People are in for some hurting, I think, this winter, especially Europe. I feel bad. Corbin says historically a bear market. I don't know what that means, Corbin.
I noticed that on the news article I was watching today, Kramer was pushing energy stocks. So it might be time to sell. You know, they're at an all-time high. So of course he's pushing it. So retail will run in and buy them, and all the big guys can sell and lock in all that profit. That's what I'm thinking.
Yes. Yes. Let's see. Beyond Meat is tied in with Starbucks. Do you hear they're closing down a lot of Starbucks? By the way, Fire King says the Tennessee Volunteers. That was my first big time college football game, was going to see Tennessee play Buffalo. Fire King at your stadium there in Knoxville. That is a great stadium and the hottest girls I've ever seen at a tailgate. Holy smokes. University of Tennessee and Texas, University of Austin, Texas. Gotta be the two best tailgates I've ever been to. Let's see. Someone said, thanks, Biden. I'll tell you after it pops is Uncle Fester's new play. Yeah, he also made an interesting video called There Are No Brackets. And that's why for the last year, guys, we haven't given you brackets because there never were any on a second set of books anywhere. As much as Lou likes to imagine they were. But that's why when you guys asked us a million times about brackets, because because today he had to make a video saying, "Stop asking about brackets because they're on." God, it only took a year. Finally, that video came out. Billy says my gas is double in Chicago. Unbelievable, man. That's crazy, Billy. Crazy. Bliss, good evening. How you doing tonight? CTB for AMC. Did you say that earlier what it was, Tony? CTB?
I did not, but I can pull it up. I have Ortex open
Okay.
here for AMC.
Yes, please. Someone is asking in the chat.
It is, drum roll, please. Wow. Cost to borrow average 37%. Very, very spicy. I like it. The cost to borrow max. Don't you love it when people only, you know, they click the max?
Show you the max number, not the average. Yeah.
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 The max is 357%. So
Ooh, okay. All right.
at least one institution you can presume is out of shares.
Yes.
But
say so.
But on average it's 37%. And the short interest on AMC is about 21.5%. Let's look at Ape real quick. Ape is, interestingly enough, the short interest is lower on Ape, 16%, with a cost to borrow of also 16%.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would have thought Ape would have been more shorted.
Yeah. Someone was asking about that in the chat. Can Ape be shorted? Yes. It is currently being shorted. Darren has a good question. It says, what stops rehypothecation? Darren, nothing right now, right? And rehypothecation is probably going to go on forever. I don't think we're ever going to see an end to rehypothecation, right, Tony?
No,
Probably not.
I mean, it's not illegal.
Right. Unfortunately, it's not illegal. Unless it's a car title, then it's illegal. Someone said Ape is on the threshold list. Is that true, Tony?
I can tell. I think it will tell me on Ortex. I don't see the notification on the Ortex.
Okay. One Speed Go says, who does Lou really work for? One Speed Go. If I had to guess, I would say MC, by the way, says over 40%. 42.15%. If I had to guess, I would say Lou works for himself.
Who does
Lou
number 2 work for?
Who does number 2 work for? I would say he works for himself, guys. He is making plenty of money off of YouTube ad revenue. I mean, if me and Tony were doing 100,000 views a day, we wouldn't need to do live streams. That's for sure. Why would we bother? First of all, if we were just getting 100,000 views, walking around with our cell phones talking nonsense. We're doing this because we actually have a position in AMC. So we're not able to do that. But if you're asking who he works for, I don't think he works for any banks or hedge funds. I think he works for the Bank of Lou and putting away money, his ad revenue away.
Massalorian and I often joke about just walking outside under the street post and turning on the phone for 5 minutes and talking a bunch of nonsense. And then 5 minutes later doing a part 2 contradicting what we just said. And just do that 20 times a day, you will be fucking rich.
We would be rich. We would be rich.
All you got to do is throw a couple buzzwords from the news that day, make it sound like you halfway know what you're talking about. You're set. Yep. But, you know, we actually have integrity.
Yeah. And we have to deal with the fact that we're not as big as Lou channels because we decided to keep our integrity instead of going out there and lying to you. We said in the long run, this will be the way. This will be the way.
You remember when I was talking about this 6 months ago? Well, you've literally talked about everything under the sun. I mean, you've got every base covered. Yeah, I remember when you talked about it.
Nick YD says, master those mint toothpicks. I love them after Chinese food. Man, I was looking forward to Chinese food tonight, Nick YD. And I was honestly looking forward to it. There was the one thing I wanted for my birthday was Chinese food. And I ran out of time. So I'm going to get it this weekend at some point. But yeah, that was the one damn thing I wanted was some Chinese food. I'm bummed out. That's okay though. Tomorrow, next day, we'll get it. Don't worry. Someone said, myself said, confirmed Ape is on the threshold list, posted on Casey's Discord. Thank you, myself. He is the number 2 for sure, says Dino Mike. Lou doesn't work. All he does is make videos. He needs a breast reduction. Yeah, man, those things are getting big. They are really getting big. The funny thing is, you see him in his mugshot from Dominican Republic. Man, he put on like 100 pounds since he come back. He was in shape down in the Dominican Republic. He is obese right now almost. He's got to be 100 pounds overweight.
Matt, someone's asking in the chat about the cumulative delta volume. Isn't that one we talked about a month or so ago that we said is not really useful?
Yes, that was the Jay Douglas video.
Yeah, that's
yes.
Honestly, guys,
yes.
I know someone did a video on CDV. We talked about it a long time ago. It's not something that I look at, and I think the due diligence done on it, making it sound important, was sketchy at best.
Yes.
I'm not going to get into a big discussion about whether it's right or wrong on today's chart or what it means. We've already gone over it. Don't really care to talk about it.
Sun Chi Adventure says YouTube, they take 50% of his ad revenue. That's right. That's right. He does work for YouTube. That's a great point, Sun Chi. Edward says Lou doesn't need YouTube money. He does it for us. He hasn't sold one cup, not one t-shirt. I agree with that. Lou versus Ape Father. Norm, who would win? Listen, if we don't MOAS, I'm putting that fight on. I'm promoting it. I'm gonna do it in Atlantic City at the Borgata. I'm doing it. I'm gonna promote it.
My money's on
some
EMS.
reason. On who? EMS? On the emergency service, taking them both out of the building.
Both gonna stroke out in the first round.
I know, right? Right. Let's see. Lisa says, I wonder what the chances of MOAS, AMC, GME happening before the end of the year. I know we all like to wait it to before the end of the last year, waiting and hodling. Yeah, I mean, when are we going to see a squeeze on this stock? I mean, I'm hoping that it's going to be by the end of this year, Lisa. I don't know if we can get through another a year of this. And Ape Father, I heard him say too many negatives. Honestly, have you, Tony?
No.
Sometimes I've heard him dumping at Aaron, but for the most part, he's pretty much the Pluto, right? I mean, that's and jokes. East Coast humor jokes.
He's in at 71.50 a share. He can't really be negative about it at this point.
How could you be negative about it if you got it at the very top? How could you be negative?
I'm just kidding. I think he got in at like 55. But
yeah, I think he was mid 50s, but still. That's why I give him a little more slack. The guy's down like 100K right now.
I do. I empathize with his position, and I hope he and all of us, get out with some profit at some point in the near future.
Yeah, hopefully we're gonna come back around and pick you up, Ape Father. Hopefully. Tony, do you believe that the pyramids were built by aliens, by man, or with technology that are lost to us? Eric, that's a good question. And I was talking to someone about this yesterday about going to Cairo next summer. Tony, what is your opinion on this? Do you find it weird that we have possibly just in the last couple of years figured out how they built the pyramids? Do you find that strange that we took us this long to figure it out? And it's still not definitive, right?
They had massive amounts of slave labor.
True.
And it's basic geometry, right? Yeah. I think it was built by humans without UFOs.
Okay. You don't think they had a skewed view from above? No way to chart that. Okay. You think they just lined up everything from the constellations and were able to do it that way?
I don't know, but I don't know about any alignment of anything. I'm just talking about the engineering.
The general construction.
The engineering of how it was built is pretty well understood and explained, I think.
So you understand the newest concept about how kind of built out? Have you seen that about the French guy that did a paper on it a couple years ago? And they're
How they
saying this
did
is
what?
probably the way that it happened. How they built the pyramids, so that they're saying that they actually built the ramps as they went up. They built an interior ramp and built out, and that makes the most sense, I guess. But do you find it weird that it took us this long to figure it out how they did it?
I haven't
I
thought
find
about
it
it that
weird.
deeply.
Like, how did we
I've
lose
I've
that technology?
I've seen some TV shows or some YouTube videos that I watched years ago that sort of explained it, and I was like, yeah, I can see that. If you got enough manpower, you can do a lot of things. Like I've told you the story when I was in China of them building a massive high-tech factory in a few weeks, few
Right.
months,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
would take us here a
Yeah.
couple years, but they were digging the ditch to lay the electrical conduit from the building to the street. And it was like 500 Chinamen with shovels. And I'm not exaggerating. I mean, you put enough manpower behind anything,
You
you
can get
can get
anything
shit done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here in the
Absolutely.
US, we'd have, backhoes and tractors. No, these were literally people with shovels lined up as far as the eye could see, digging this trench.
Yeah. Yeah. They did that with the railroads, right? When they were connecting the transcontinental railroad. Same thing. They had a lot of
Yeah.
Chinamen working on that. Yeah. Someone said Lou's hiding all the synthetics under his belly. That's possible. That is possible. We haven't looked into that. No one wants to go down there and check it out. Egyptians were way ahead of Lego. Yes. Yes, they were. Jesse Matthews, how you doing tonight? From New Zealand. Jesse says, you need to look up Robert Schoch's research. Of course I know about Robert Schoch's research about the pyramids and the water erosion. Yeah, they think it's about 10,000 years older than it is, right? And that's probably my audio, guys. Sorry. But yeah, I've seen that. The water erosion, and that was from a time when the Sahara was much more a ton of rainfall. There were animals all over the place in the entire that northern Sahara area / Nile Delta. That was all inhabited by animals. That was lush tropical forest for a long time. That's just in the last 5,000 years that the Sahara has become dry like that. Someone said Oompa Loompas built them. Tony Denaro, you should know how they built the pyramids. You were around during that time, says myself. Man, it's not even his birthday.
And I'm an engineer. Don't forget that. The trolls love it when I say
That's
that.
true.
By the way,
Yeah,
I've never said
you should know this.
I never said I was an engineer, dumbass.
Went to
Not you,
engineering school.
Massalorian. No. I have a economics and electronics degree, but not an engineering degree. I was
that's
an
right. You have a
engineering.
BA,
I was
right?
an engineering manager, not a project manager, not a project planner, not a team leader. No, I was a 6-figure plus executive with the title of engineering manager, several titles, but I do not have a degree in engineering. I've been as plain about that as I can. I still see these fools going around talking their dumbass shit in the comments like I'm trying to portray myself as an engineer. I was an engineering major for a semester in college, and I was like, hell no, this is not for me. Let's go into the business school. How can I get into the business school?
Right.
So by then I had so many credits that it did not make sense to switch to the business school. So I did economics. I did economics in the liberal arts school, and I did my minor in the business school, the banking and finance. Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Let's see. MC says DMT lets you see the aliens. MC, can you please DM me so I can get that from you? I want to see the aliens. Let's see. Hang on. I paused here for a sec. Tony, if I pull up something, can you cover for me for 1 second while I refresh this?
Yeah, go ahead, because I need to refresh my Cerveza, but you go ahead first. You've earned it.
Oh, no. You go ahead. You go ahead. I got a second. Go ahead. Do your thing. Get your Cerveza. Okay. Maybe we're not going to refresh, I guess. Yeah, reach out to me, man, if you really got DMT. Let Massalorian know. As I'm trying to refresh this because I got paused on the chat. There we go. Pam, who are you giving out chances to in the chat? I see 1 chance going by, 2 chance going by.
Did Massalorian drop off? There he is. Can you hear me?
Yes. I am a
right.
fire-breathing dragon. Yes. I can hear you. Okay. I guess there was something with the mods, but it seems like Pam took care of it. Okay. Cool. You're an engineer, says Paul V. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that. He just engineered a beer from his fridge to his hands.
I went to all the way to the to the other side of my mansion, which Tony says he has a mansion.
Great job.
God damn, these fucking trolls have zero sense of humor. I mean, if people are dumb enough to think everything I say is literally the truth, then God damn.
Yeah.
Go to a comedy club every now and then, dumbass.
Seriously. Seriously. Andrew says, yeah, if the Lazar docu doesn't make you a believer or at least curious, Andrew, I agree with you. For some reason, Bob Lazar, I just don't smell shit coming from him. I know that might sound crazy, but he just sounds so legit and his stories never change. So it's very intriguing. Have you know the story, the Bob Lazar story? Yeah.
I do
wild,
have
huh?
4 sets of eyelids like a lizard, though. That is true.
Do you? You're reptilian?
Yes.
I'm glad I'm
That'll get them going for a few weeks.
Seriously. Tony Denaro's a reptilian. They're collabing reptilians. No wonder they're so negative. Oh,
no wonder he can be so cold-blooded and emotionless.
No wonder he's dead behind the eyes. Oh, someone said, do we trust Bigums? Absolutely. We've had Bigums on this channel more than once on my channel, Tony's channel for collabs. Yeah, Bigums is not out to get anyone. He's doing good diligence and looking into stuff just like the rest of us. San Diego Laundromat says, can AA offer dilution only to the shareholders to pay down debt? Can AA offer dilution only to the shareholders to pay down debt? No, San Diego Laundromats. We do have to vote on this though, Tony, right? For the conversion? No? Oh, dilution. We don't, right?
Can he offer dilution to the shareholders?
Oh, dilution. Right.
He's going to offer dilution when he chooses. There's no vote required.
That's right.
And it'll either be sold into the market or sold to a debt holder or in a private offering.
Right.
How he does it, I don't know how he's going to do it. We will be notified. But
yeah, we'll be able to buy,
does
right?
Not need a vote. We'll be able to buy it, you said? I don't know. I mean, he could sell it directly to a lender to pay off debt.
Yeah, I know. Well, we've asked him not to do that in the past. I know we've mentioned that to him. I know Trey brought it up to him on the second time that they interviewed together, saying why not do a direct offering to to open it to retail.
I don't know how.
Didn't he talk about that before? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know how he's going to do it, and I don't really care. I don't spend my time worrying about that. I do know that some dilution's coming, and I hope that when that time comes, it's in a price run up, and then I hope that he uses the money to pay off the debt. But I mean, I'm not in that executive suite, so we're all just guessing.
Humble the heart, mindful of knowledge corrected me. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you. She said it's definitely not dilution, but it will be for conversion. And yep, I slipped on that. Fear of God 77 says I want to try DMT as well, but want to make sure it's 100% legit. Too much fentanyl and everything these days. Thanks, China. Thanks, China. Thanks, the administration. Thanks, Alejandro Mayorkas. There's a lot of people you can thank for that, the fentanyl. And yeah, be careful with that with DMT, right? Be careful. Let's see here. Everyone's laughing at the reptilian comments.
I see someone else says I need to update my due diligence on the pyramid, so I'll do that in my free time. Dr. Robert Schock. All right, I'll check him out.
Yeah.
Among all the other things that right after I verify those flat Earth theories, I'm going to get on that pyramid stuff.
Have you seen that what they talk about, what the basis of Robert Schock's thesis is as far as the erosion? So
No.
the channels, there's rain channels that are in the base of the Sphinx that you can see were clearly there at a time when water had to be overflowing on top of that object to create those kind of rifts and cracks in the limestone there. And it's very clear that that can't be from the last 2,500 years because it's been desert conditions there that whole time. So how old is the actual site itself that the Sphinx is built on top of? As you know, the head doesn't fit. The dimensions are not correct to the body. It is not proportioned right. So they even believe that used to be the head of a lion. It was never a person's face. It was the lioness goddess. I forget. I think she's fertility. But I believe that's what they always imagined, was that was at once just a straight lion sitting there, which was that goddess, the fertility goddess there.
All right, I'm gonna put him in my Google list to check out. I see some pictures of him in Egypt. He must be legit.
Oh, he's legit. Yeah, he's been on the ground there. Yeah.
And he went to Boston University. I almost went to Boston University. Did you know I almost went to school in your town?
No, you almost went to BU?
Yeah, I was accepted and I got my first semester bill and the dorm payment. And it was like for one semester as much as it would cost me for 2 years here in Texas.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, I think I'll just go to UT.
Because you were out of state? It was going to be that much more? Holy smokes. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I just wanted to go to I wanted to go to a different city and a big university. So
yeah.
And I didn't get accepted in Harvard or Duke. So
I didn't get into BU. I got into Northeastern to their communications program. I didn't get into BU. BU is the one school I didn't get into that I applied to. It's the one place I didn't get into. Oh, let's see. FAZE, Alan Kamensky, how you doing tonight? It says FAZE is 98% shorted as per Ortex. That's a lot of shorts. Man, 98%. Let's see. Hold on. Someone says here, Quad 08404 says, Mass, can you explain to me why two brokerages are conflicting? One lists the average purchase price of Ape at 0. The other lists at 1131 and 579 average purchase price. So Quad 0, that probably has to depend on your actual broker, the way that they broke things down on showing on your account there. More than likely, that's just the way that they're doing it specifically. I think all of us have something a little different, right? SoCal Ape says Ape is now on the threshold. Yep.
I've been telling people, call your broker and have them explain it. Like we could make a bunch of guesses, but your broker is the one that can give you the actual explanation. So call them. But there are definitely different brokers are doing it different ways. Call your broker and ask them if you're not happy with it.
Yep. Lou versus the Buffet. That would be a great channel. Now, Lou versus the Buffet would blow up. I would subscribe to that channel. He went to UBS, says Yuka Frida. Brian Baratheon says Vin the Khaleesi. Dilution during a run-up followed by reverse share split would kill hedgies, says Rome MVP. Dilution during a run-up followed by a reverse share split. I wouldn't be waiting on a reverse share split. Rome VP. Any idea why ape trading volume is much lower than AMC every day? Does this support the thesis that AMC synthetic shares exist? Could we say that, Tony, without a doubt that that's the case?
Could we say what? I'm looking
Anna,
at
how you doing tonight?
Can we
Good.
say what?
So the question was, any idea why ape trading volume is much lower than AMC every day? Does this support the thesis that AMC synthetic shares exist? I don't know why the trading volume would be anything except, I mean, they're two different tickers now, right? Join Brands Buzz. So that's going to happen. We're going to have different volume each day for each ticker, right? And depending on which one is the price action is moving on, depends on the momentum and FOMO and everything else that's going into it, right? Janet, aka Hanzo, how you doing tonight? Good evening, good evening. Jesse says, look up Göbekli Tepe. I'm well aware of it. There's actually a new spot now in Turkey, Jesse, that I think is older. It's called Göbekli something. Let's see. Northeastern Grade School, says Paul V. Doc Zeno thinks there's more of a pounce to come. Mark these words. Doc, I hope you're right. You seem to think that there's some other thing up the sleeve. I hope you are right, Doc. That would be nice. I would definitely be down for that. It doesn't matter. Hold the line. If the line fails, we lose. Yeah, Chris, if we don't hold the line, we're definitely never going to have any of this happen, right? Definitely going to hold the line. All right, T, can you cover for me for a few minutes?
Yeah, I was trying to look up the NYSE threshold list because I'm not able to find ape on it, but
got it from a couple people.
I'll look some more when you come back.
Okay, sounds good. Give me 1 sec, guys.
Why does TD Ameritrade show 1 billion for AMC and 10 million for ape? What 1 billion what? Why is ape not matching price with AMC? Well, we were theorizing that it was going to come out of the gate at about a 50-50 ratio, but clearly it didn't. It came out like about 60-40. And it looks like they are not tracking exactly even. There's a lot of people hating on ape and probably more people selling it. So we will have to see, right? It was a thesis that they were going to come out at 50-50. As we said, the market will decide what the ratio of price is between them, and we'll just have to wait and see. Fear of God says, speaking of Alex, have you heard from her lately? I have heard from Alex, but she's not allowed to come back until she apologizes about the Lou incident. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. We'll get her back soon. Alex, I'd like to have Alex and Scarlett both for bingo night. That would be fun. James says, with so many more buys and sells, how can they drop the price every day? James, I'm just guessing, James, that you're looking at maybe like the Fidelity Retail Sentiment Indicator. I know people post that up on Reddit and Twitter a lot, showing you guys like 55% or 60% or 80% of retail is all buys. That circle's all green. Like, why? How is the price dropping? That is a retail price indicator. That is not indicative of the entire market. So if the price is going down, that's because there are more sellers than buyers. Retail, probably on a good day, just throwing out a rough number, is, let's say, 20% of the overall volume on a ticker. I mean, you can pick your number, 20, 25, 30, it doesn't matter. So if you're at 80% buys on 20% of the volume, you're at like 16% of the overall volume. It's not meaningful to say that retail buys are overwhelming the sales, because retail is not buying all the stock. The institutions and the high-speed traders are trading the stock, not us. So when you see those photos of retail sentiment being posted showing that it's overwhelming buying, you might as well just throw that in the trash. It's interesting. It's good to know that retail is backing it, but we're not the majority player in any of these stocks. Anything. We might be the majority holder. We're not the majority trader on a day-to-day basis. Mod Couple says you have to change the date. Okay, let me check that real quick. I did have it on August 30th. Let me see if there's an update for August 31st. Oh yeah, thank you. Yep, it is there. So someone had asked in the chat, what is, I think it was DevStat, what is the threshold list exactly? The formal definition is a security. I'm going to read it to you so I get it exactly right, because I know there's going to be somebody that says you didn't get it right. Threshold list is a list of securities whose transactions failed to settle for 5 consecutive days. And then
5 consecutive.
Yeah. And then once they do, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going by memory here. Once they do catch up, they have to remain in compliance for like 5 more days after that to get off the list.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense. Bringer of Z's, good evening. How you doing tonight? STV's tan line. Good evening. Let's see. So where did we stop when I left you? Let's see. Oh, you talk about threshold security list. Okay.
Yeah, I went through my thesis on pyramids, and then we got back on threshold list.
Okay. All right. We'll discuss pyramids some other night. I promise, guys. There's going to be a lot of Massalorian live streams coming in the very near future. We'll talk about a lot of different things. Don't worry.
You do have some audio clippings still, by the way.
Right now?
Yeah.
Damn.
This evening. It's been intermittent.
Okay. I mean, everything is closed. Everything.
Oh.
It's just the only thing I have open right now is Restream. I hope it's on a new computer. Margie Kyle. What's that?
I hope not too.
Yeah, I hope not either. It'd be too soon for a new computer. Someone asked, do other countries, Joseph says, do other countries know how corrupt the U.S. markets are? I hope not, because I don't want them pulling all their money out at once. That would be a problem, Joseph. I don't know if they realize that these smaller things are going on in the market. I mean, I think this is a big problem, but really AMC is and APE and GME are just a small corner of the overall total economy and market. We're hyper-focused on 3 different tickers right now, right? Kelly Chu, Singapore, and we are laughing, says Kelly. There you go.
We are laughing.
Thanks,
what
Kelly.
movie is that? That's Talladega Nights. Is that what that is?
Talladega Nights. Yes. The Magic Man. Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate it. Saif Alzami says we know it's corrupt.
No. It's not Talladega Nights. It's,
what is it?
Anchorman.
Anchorman. Okay, Ron Burgundy. That's right.
Yeah.
Not Anchor. Yeah, that's right. Sometimes those all get turned into one big movie for me. All those.
We watched Anchorman 2 again the other night.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Good flick. Good flick. Good flick. Guys, if you have a chance, when you get a chance, if you could hit the like button. I know we got 850 people in right now and just over 300 likes. So if you guys get a chance just to hit the like button. Kelly says we are laughing but still holding AMC and APE. There you go, Kelly. That's what I like to hear. Lordy says, so what does this threshold list do for us? I quite don't get it.
I mean, some people think it's an indicator of, I mean, it is an indicator of securities not getting settled, right? But I mean, there have been tickers that have stayed on the threshold list for 6 months.
Right.
Some people view it as a squeeze indicator. I just view it as one more item of interest that I don't get too excited about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to get excited about, but how many times have we been on a threshold list in the last year and a half?
I know. It gets old after a while, right?
It makes for some great YouTube content for people that don't have much else to talk about. But.
And that's it. That's it. We are all numb from that FUD, and yeah, Norm.
It's not FUD.
Shit,
I mean,
the
threshold list is not FUD. It's a legitimate indicator of somebody not clearing stuff. And it is an item of interest. Is it something I'm going to wake up and say we're squeezing next week because we're on the threshold list?
Yuka, thank you so much, man. I can't thank you enough for that. That's amazing. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Honestly, we can't do this without you guys. So thank you for everyone that's been helping me and Tony's channel this whole time. How long have we been collabing for now, Tony, on here? Almost a year, right?
You're one of the few that's made the cut this long. And vice versa, I'm sure.
I know.
There's a trail of tears on collabs.
It has been a trail of tears on collabs. We've lost so many along the way.
We had high hopes for so many. Seriously.
But Yuka Frida, yeah, that is amazingly generous. Thank you so much. Much love. Appreciate you. Is this the first time Ape is on the threshold list? Yes, Billy. This is a new ticker.
Know,
yeah, it's got to be. Common Sense Investor. Good evening. How you doing tonight, CSI? CSI says yes, but at the end of the 14 days, the threshold list, they simply pass the debt to someone else. It means nothing, says CSI.
Yeah, that's my fear. They have so many ways to kick the can down the road, or do a sham closeout. That's why I just don't get excited about it anymore. And I'm not just talking AMC and Ape, guys. I mean, if you day trade or you play other squeeze plays, every fucking body is talking about, oh, we're on the threshold list, and then nothing happens. So if I'm a little bit jaded, it's not specific to AMC or Ape. It's just I see this all day, every week. And a lot of times nothing happens. Sometimes something happens. Yeah. But it's not like it's not 100% indicator that something is going to happen. So, hey, it's good. It's good to know. It's good to have in your back pocket. But I'm not going to count on it for anything. That's all I'm saying.
And we have that problem across the board, especially if you come to me and Tony's channels. We don't take things and overhype them. At least we're not to, because we have seen letdowns. I mean, it's been pretty clear. People are upset when things come and go, and I get it. And I'm on the other side of this coin for a lot of this, just looking from, being a creator, someone who makes videos and following this play, trying to follow it from every which way possible. We're going to make mistakes from time to time, but we definitely try to keep it to a minimum. And CSI, you are not the worst collab.
If every stock that was ever on the threshold list had a squeeze, I would be, ecstatic. But I mean, they come and go, and like I said, there's been some that have been on there in the history of threshold lists for 6 months or maybe even a year. I mean, you can Google what's the longest a stock's ever been on the threshold list, and probably tell me. I've done it before. I forget, but it was a long ass time. Yeah, it's an interesting data point, but it's just a data point. It's not a certainty of anything.
There's a lot of interesting data points out there that don't need to be covered. Let's see. I heard about that bodybuilder Zane fight. Says Mass's wife. Jenna, thank you for the happy birthdays. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you. AA said, check, not stalemate. We will have our time to end this, says Humble Heart. Mindful of knowledge. Yes, that's right. He did say checkmate, not stalemate. Good point. And yeah, CSI, you were not the worst collab. Not even close, my friend. Not even close. Let's see.
All right. Someone sent me a Twitter DM showing shares outstanding. Oh, we got for AMC on this screenshot. It says, and I guess someone said this was from TD Ameritrade. Is that right, Eric? Shares outstanding on AMC. It says 1.03 billion. And for,
is that what it says?
Yeah. And for Ape, it says 10 million.
10 million.
Yeah. One more case of somebody screwing up the data.
Yep. Yep. Alkina, good evening. How you doing tonight, Philly? Philly in the house. Let's see. Who else? We just had some new people show up. CC Villa, good evening. Here late as usual, better than ever, right? Diaz is in the house. Prometheus, I see. Billy. Krishna, good evening. I saw some new people in the chat. Peace, love. Jenna. Who else? Eager 25 Squeeze, I saw. Mod Couple, R. Basilio, Michael Dismeyer. Michael says they will just cover those FTDs with more short positions or buy another stock equal to its value thanks to the SEC loophole. And that's a good point that Michael makes, right? There's still that loophole with the FTDs, right?
I'm sure they have a
that
million
still
loopholes.
exists. I know.
I mean, what I'm counting on is somebody fucks some shit up and gets in trouble,
yeah.
or there's a catalyst of unknown origin that gets people buying this thing. That's about all I wake up and hope for. All the other nonsense we've talked about for the last year and a half. Oh man, I see it every day on many other tickers, and nothing happens on them. So
yeah,
it's cool. It's cool. I'll be hopeful with you, but I'm not going to pump that stuff on this channel.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. And I think, I think that the Isda thing is good for us. I think that them having these requirements is going to keep some things in check, and maybe we won't see another thing like Archegos happen. But as far as like an immediate reaction from the market tomorrow, we're going to find out in a couple hours. But we've seen these days come and go, guys, and that's the only thing we're saying. Right?
Hey, I'm buying Ape. I hope that it fucking being on the threshold list makes a difference, right? I'm buying it for a reason.
Yeah.
So
thank you, Maggie.
I hope.
Yeah. Yep. Yes. I saw Maggie this morning over on Casey's live stream. Let's see. They are robbing Peter to save Paul, says View says there, and hodlers are getting the sword Peter. That's right. Pantheon's in the chat. Pantheon, good evening tonight, my friend. How are you?
They were asking about you, Pantheon. I did see Pantheon over in Phil's chat the other day. Thanks for checking in with us, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate you. Pantheon, glad you're still hanging around with us, man. Hanging around with us losers, me and T. Someone said, Mass, I'm playing BIAF tomorrow on the IPO. I'm going to look at it in the morning. I don't really know too much about it. I know me and T haven't talked about any IPOs this week so far. So,
box of chocolates.
Yeah, box of chocolates. Just be careful you don't get caught holding your ass or your
I'm gonna
hat,
say,
for that matter.
I'm going to say what I said on my afternoon live stream with the IPOs. You guys know I'm not doing a video on every IPO. I've been very selective about the ones, and the one that ran today, what was it? ATGX or AGTX?
GTX.
That was not on the Webull pre-IPO list. And for whatever reason, it didn't pop up on my screener when it was running.
Huh.
But that being said, when I buy a pre-IPO before it launches, I've done great on all of those. The 2 or 3 that I've covered on videos, we've made a lot of money on those. The other ones, if I'm live streaming or if I'm in Discord, if I'm not live, we're still watching them. But I will tell you guys the same thing that I always say. I'm not going to buy those in the first 10 or 15 minutes, no matter what's happening, because I've seen it too many times where they launch way up here, and then after 15 minutes, like what happened with that that hemp one the other day, they just crater, and that happens a lot. So my style, I'm not telling you what to do. My style is wait and check the momentum for a bit before you jump in. If it's going to go from $4 to $1,000, you can afford to wait 10 minutes.
Yes.
You don't want to get stuck buying at 40 and then have it drop to 15. So that's how I view it. You guys do what you want.
Yep. Good points, T. All good points. Someone said Pantheons, they miss Pantheons live streams, putting them to sleep at night. I'm sure that's because of his soothing voice and amazingly good looks. Clark says, Clark, good evening tonight. How are you? Clark says, I think phase 6 is going to be implemented tomorrow. Will take about 2 or 3 months for the smaller hedge funds to start hemorrhaging serious cash. What are our thoughts? So we don't know when it's going to be implemented yet. I did see someone in the chat ask, would it be in pre-market tomorrow? I don't know if me and Tony know the answer to that. Maybe Randall or Biggums has covered that. They must have, I'm sure, by now. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer to that. I should have. Apologies. Yeah, I already asked you, T. You said you didn't know either, right? Someone just talked about the Coinbase IPO. Thank God I didn't. David, me and Tony did. We got effed on that big time. We learned our lesson. And that was before we even knew each other, right, Tony?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think I got into Coinbase before I knew you. Yeah. So we learned our lesson on that. As far as Clark, as far as the implementation of this tomorrow, not seeing the effects for a couple months, the thing would be, have they not prepared themselves for tomorrow? So are they going to come in tomorrow and not be able to meet those requirements? And if that's the case, then we might have an issue. So we see.
I see the one in the chat. Is that the one from Twitter?
Oh, I don't know.
How is it possible that everyone gets one ape share of 516 million created, but because of rehypothecation, increases the number of people that own a single share? It's not mathematically possible. Well, rehypothecation is reloaning shares, so it is mathematically possible, but it is a form of synthetic creation. Stonka Tracker hasn't updated since 10 a.m. Just guys, recall that Stonka Tracker and Chart Exchange, they get their data from one lender, which is Interactive Brokers. I don't recommend that you use those as representative tools. If you're looking at Stonka Tracker, and I know the guys that tweet that stuff out every day, 0 shares available. Oh, wait, 5 minutes later, 1 million shares available. Oh, 7 minutes later, now there's none again. How is this happening? That's one broker, right? They have someone return shares, someone else borrows them. This happens throughout the day. You're looking at one broker out of dozens or hundreds of different lenders. I would just recommend not even worrying about Stonka Tracker or Chart Exchange. It's like stepping out your front door and figuring out what the weather is in Kansas.
Right. Right. It's gonna be interesting to try to figure that out. Somebody said, Clark said, AMC Biggums thinks that the World Bank is going to be regulating our stock market. Clark, unfortunately, I have to agree with Biggums on that. At some point, they are definitely closing in on that. They want to, I believe they want to get a digital currency across the globe, and the world banks want to consolidate, and they want to have power over the money. You saw what it was able to do when they wanted to shut down the protests. What they do? They went the money, right? And that is a way to control people. Well, I'm not going to get into that tonight. We'll talk about that once JACC launches. All right. AMC Bigums. All right, we talked about that. But yeah, as far as Bigums goes and tomorrow, guys, we have all the faith in the world in Bigums and Randall Cornett and those guys. Whatever happens tomorrow, so be it. But they're not going to do anything but help, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, yeah, get it typed up for me, RWK88. Send it to me. You got the email address. David says every new Chinese IPO nowadays will make you a multimillionaire, apparently. Depends. You have $5 for Patreon? I could show you the way. Just depends, right?
Oh,
Oh. That was low.
that was
I don't know
a
what's
low
going
blow.
on, but
Teddy,
yeah,
Teddy,
I don't know.
he's just kidding you, Teddy.
Yeah, of course. I'm a big Teddy Zane fan. I love it.
I know
I
you are.
love it.
You subscribe
VEW.
you subscribe to his bodybuilding Patreon too, don't you?
I do. Yes. Yes. Well, I work out clearly. Obviously,
Yeah.
look at me. Hello. You can tell clearly. Big B says phase 6 will have no impact, just like the below 10 margin requirement here will put in place in July. There is zero enforcement in any of these rules. Just continue to push it down. Joke. Big B, I have to agree with you on that. That obviously there is zero enforcement going on in any of the rules, and we're also having an issue with them. No one's paying penalties for anything. There's a lot going on, right? I don't know how we're gonna figure this all out at the end of the day, but it is kind of a joke. I have to agree with you on that. Common Sense Investor says Bigum just told his live stream that we might not see impact of the phase 6 for 2 or 3 months.
I've been hearing
He
him
just
say
did that?
on some live streams. He's been saying that
have?
for a
Okay.
while. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's a reasonable way to approach it, right? Don't get expectations that something's going to happen tomorrow.
Exactly. Yeah. Yep. And I have a hard time even seeing Bigum saying that, to be honest with you. Just 'cause I know he's pretty careful with his words. Adrian, who are you bouncing? Adrian's bouncing people left and right. Roseanne, have a good night. Thanks for stopping by, doll. Appreciate you. Billy says, Mass, stop watching Teddy and watch more Bigums. I will. Teddy is just for pure entertainment. Just watching him the other day was pretty funny in his live stream. Let's get back to trading. What? Let's get back to trading. You've talked about one IPO when the market opened at 9:30. It's 12.
By the way, Teddy did say he was going to join me on a live stream, so I'm going to hold you to that, Teddy, if you're watching, so we can swap Chippendale stories. Yes.
There you go. Did you know Teddy's name was on the Howard Stern show, by the way?
I did not.
Yeah. He had an appearance on the Howard Stern show. Yep. Let's see. Myself says, okay, it will take some time to have effect, but what effect? Well, it's going to tighten up the books, myself. They're not going to be able to have these huge over leveraged positions, right? They're going to have it's all about margin requirements. Cole Trickle says just won 1,500. Ape is where it's going. Let's go. Where are you at the casino, Cole? Man, everybody's having fun with us.
You need another beer.
Yeah, I know. Seriously. Yeah, this one's empty. I know. Where's my buddy? He's probably asleep now. What time is it? Yeah, he's probably asleep.
What did he give you, by the way?
He gave me a stinking silver bullet.
Oh, well, I mean, nothing wrong with the silver bullet. That's
right. Beggars can't be choosers. I'm going to actually grab one beer. It's right here. Hold on one sec.
What was Teddy's appearance on the Howard Stern about? I don't know. Maybe Mass can answer that when he comes back. Is there a Chippendale mixtape? Once Phil gets through all of the other ones he has lined up, we'll see. Maybe me and Teddy can do the dance along to that. Clark says Julie wants to see some of the Chippendales moves. We'll see. Clark, no telling what's going to happen on a run-up. You already know the shirts are going to be ripped off.
Someone said Rocky Mountain goat piss.
Rocky Mountain goat piss?
Oh, you heard me say that?
Yeah.
I just saw that in the chat. Someone said, happy birthday, Rocky Mountain Goat Piss. Ay. What was I just going to say? Teddy's Howard Stern appearance. Someone else has seen it. Teddy's Howard Stern appearance was about him hip thrust in the air in front of crowd. Yeah, he looked like Elvis, right? That's pretty funny. Yeah, it's pretty wild seeing that.
Is it on YouTube?
He was yeah. He was a young
Oh,
buck back
Lord.
then, man. He had the long hair and yeah, it was pretty wild.
I
Yeah,
think
he
he
was right
still
there in the
has.
studio.
I think he still has long hair. How long was it?
It was pretty long. I mean, it was rock. It was like 80s, like hairband rock long, like down to his hips. Yeah, it was long.
Oh yeah, it's not. I
Yeah.
think it's like to his shoulders now.
Yeah, it was definitely longer. Definitely longer. How is your knee, Tony? Lordy is asking.
It's better. I can walk up and down stairs. But like we've got a fridge and we've got a mini fridge where we keep extra drinks, and like kneeling down to load up the mini fridge is not very comfortable. But at least I can kneel down to put in a couple sodas. But
Okay.
so I know I'm progressing, and I'm able to sleep at night without pain. So we're getting there.
That's important. That's important. David says it's at a discount to me. I think you're talking Ape right now. People ask why Ape is crashing. I think people are still really confused on what Ape and AMC, the difference between them are, which I don't really see that much of a difference. But when there's people out there telling you one is AMC, one is AMC Lite, and all these different things, I think a lot of people are just trying to find their way of what they're doing with their positions right now. And the market is reacting to Jay Powell and what he said on Friday, and we're seeing that across the market. I don't think it has anything to do with AMC in particular, APE. That's just the broader market in general, guys. Fire King 30, thank you guys for streaming. Thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate you. Let's see.
Lico says you need a Sam Adams. I mean, why do you guys? I didn't even know you guys had Coors Light in Boston.
We do. I normally drink Sam. That's a beer I would normally sip. Sam, Guinness are the two. But you know, like I said, these are in the mini fridge. That's what I'm drinking.
All right.
Whatever's in there. Did you have something you wanted to say? One of the comments?
I was just reading. I mean, people are recycling questions. Yes, Ape is on the threshold list as of today. That is a fact. For Can It Be? Jordan says,
Tammy's comment.
Sew your ankles to your knees like cotton.
I'm glad you're not in pain anymore. You can sleep.
I can't like touch my heel up to my butt, and I can't look at the bottom of my foot. So I'm not pain free, but we're getting there.
Okay, you're getting there. That's good.
I'm anxious.
Tammy says,
anxious to get back in the gym. So hopefully this will heal soon.
Good stuff. Tammy F says, Al from Boston just posted a YouTube video about Citadel News. He expressed concern and was in a bad mood. Tony, should we talk about this?
Yeah. Citadel. Citadel FICC. What was it? Citadel FICC sponsored member.
DTCC.
Yeah. I mean, man, this is taking a life of its own, you guys. Let me.
He's really fired up too.
It's almost like it's his first day on Wall Street.
Almost.
Let me do a screen share here. Hang on one second.
Yes.
I did put out a tweet about this. Screen share. Where is it?
Yukafrida. Who is Gary Gensler? Charles. Okay. Screen share.
I put a link to this spreadsheet on Twitter and in my community tab. I know this might be hard to see, but there's 207 different institutions on the sponsored members list. Everybody, all the big names you would expect. On the FICC member list, there's over almost 2,000 names. On the Government Securities Division sponsored member list, there's 207 or so. State Street, JP Morgan, UBS, everybody, Wells Fargo. This is not a big deal, guys.
Tony, can you blow that up anymore? Because some people are saying it's hard to see.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to find where I could make the size bigger. Zoom. There we go.
There you go. So these are all the current people who are on this board. This
was one. I mean, I just pulled this from the FICC website, May 3rd, 2022. You can see Bank of America, Banco Santander, Barclays, BNP Paribas, Canadian Imperial Bank, Capital One, Charles Schwab, Citadel was on there for a couple of their entities back in May. Citigroup, Credit Suisse, Deutsche Bank. I mean, guys, this is not a big deal unless you are just looking for inflammatory stuff to put out on a YouTube video and make yourself look dumb. Al from Boston. But look, there's another link that I put out showing some marketing material from banks, and all of these banks have marketing material explaining to their clients why it is beneficial to deal with them because they're a sponsored member, so that it helps their clients with the I'm not going to say I can explain the entire process to you. You can read the links, okay? It is a marketing thing. It enables them to bring in clients and provide more services to their clients. Look at my community tab, read through the material, look on Twitter. It's in both places. It's not that Citadel just got anointed to become a member of the DTCC. There's literally thousands of members. And this is the FICC, the Fixed Income Clearing Corp, that deals with treasuries and mortgage-backed securities. So I know I've heard all of the conspiracy theories, like this is something to clean up reverse repos just before phase 6. Okay, maybe it is. But what about the other 200 members on here that have been here forever? What about the 1,000 that are on the FICC, the 2,000 that are on the FICC members list? I literally don't have 2 days to go chase down crazy ass theories and worry about this stuff. I know why I bought the stock. The squeeze is going to happen when it happens. You don't need me to do 2 days of due diligence or put out videos getting you really angry and emotional over something that is normal Wall Street business. You don't come here for that.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, this is everyday business, guys. This is nothing new. Casey, yes, we did. We mentioned it multiple times now that APE has been put on the threshold list, I believe, right?
Yes,
we did mention
as of today. As of today, yeah.
Yes. Yep. Sleepy's not. He's actually from Waltham. You're dead on. Nobody from Boston would be upset about something like that. Because we know this is nothing new. This is not some shocking thing. I don't know what he's so upset about. I couldn't tell you, honestly. I couldn't tell you. MC says the one and only Casey Shaw in the house. Who is the person in charge of the Ape project at AMC? 24 the money says. Who is in charge of the Ape project? I don't know if there is any Ape project on 24 the money. You have to get more specific with that. Tish says Ape is the key to the squeeze. Let's see. I think when Ape hits around 15, AA will dump some. Jeff, he's definitely going to go for a run-up, right, bro? AA is not going to dump shares when we're coming down right now in price. It's not going to happen.
Well, we hope
more than likely
not.
Until we get a run-up.
I hope not, yeah. I would be literally pissed.
Vexed.
And screaming at the camera. I'd be damn near vexed. Yes.
Yeah, I would be vexed.
As,
I would be fired up.
my mama would say, I'd be so angry I could spit.
There you go. Is that a Texas thing?
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Oh, here we go. Here's a great question. Someone said, Tony and Mass, what kind of unknown catalyst is needed to make Ape pump? Like, what would make institutions want to invest in Ape? Because it seems everyone is dumping because there's no value in it. That's from Gus. And so let's start with the fact is, does Ape have no value? Well, they just took our AMC shares, which were at what, 19 something when the split happened, and basically split us off, right? Half and half. So I feel like Ape has that intrinsic value that they just split off from AMC. It's still holding that value as a total share between the two. That's how I'm looking at it. Tony?
I mean, I could create a lot of scenarios that would be catalysts. But, I mean, can you put the question back up? What kind of unknown catalyst is needed to make Ape pump? Any sort of catalyst that makes people think that a hedge fund is on the fence, or any sort of catalyst that makes people think that AMC has some new news that we didn't know about. Like, let's say they were, what was that? The other chain, Massalorian, that's going bankrupt. Cinemark or Cineworld?
Cineworld.
Regal Cinema.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows? Who knows what catalyst Wall Street gets excited about? But again, I could literally come up with dozens or hundreds of different ideas, from the mundane to the wild ass theories. Yep. But right now, like normal, what normal catalyst am I expecting? None. We're going into Q3. There's nothing. Yeah. There's nothing normal that I'm expecting.
Yeah. If anything, guys, we're expecting a little bit of a down quarter, right? Just because of the releases we've had so far. So I think we've been saying that for a couple of weeks now, that the end of Q3, the earnings are going to be a little rough. So we got to be prepared for that. The overall market itself might be a little rough. We might be totally heading into a bear market for at least the next 6 to 8 weeks. I wouldn't be shocked.
Unknown catalyst could be something as wild as like phase 6 actually does something, or crypto market dumping, obliterates some of the collateral that they were using, or some big banks get in trouble and these hedge funds don't have access to capital, or the market crashes and somebody gets in trouble because they were over leveraged on long positions, or Gary Gensler says we're going to outlaw payment for order flow for retail orders. Like, the possibilities are endless, but that's why they're unknown, because it's not stuff that we're regularly expecting to happen. I'm concentrating on what I do know about, which is the box office revenues are increasing and the company is inching its way towards profitability, and now they have a way to pay off the debt. That is what I'm focused on. Anything else that happens unknown in my book is a bonus. I'm not in this for a squeeze tomorrow or next week. Those days in my book are gone. I'm tired of talking about or hearing about this, that, and the other is going to cause the squeeze next week. I'm just tired of it.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be talking about that on my channel.
Touche, my friends. Touche. KC says, howdy, y'all. Thanks for getting up every morning and being there so everyone can have somewhere to go to listen to pre-market news and all that stuff, man. I appreciate you getting up every morning. I know it's nice to be able to go there and see you there. Hopefully I'm going to pick up some of that slack on the nights coming up once we switch over. So people making progress. Good evening. How you doing tonight? Let's see. Clark had a question. Hang on, Clark. I'm going to pull it up. I thought it was a good one. Hey, Tony and Mass, you guys have spoiled us in this play because you really help us understand what's going on. Thank you. No problem, Clark. We're trying. We're trying to understand some of these things too, right? Isda, I'm just kind of getting myself familiar with it in the last couple of weeks. You so working in tandem, right? We're all trying to help each other. Ray's not watching. He is with his BBD. Frida says a slice of cake for me, Mass. Slice of cake sounds good right now. Jeff says, so you're saying there's a chance? I think so, Jeff. We definitely are not out of the game, that's for sure.
If I didn't think there was a chance, I would not be holding this large of a position. I can tell you that.
Yeah. I would have got out of 27 2 weeks ago, because that was a juicy number, considering my cost average. Any explanation for the screenshots, TD, says Eric Everett. Did you get screenshots? DM to you?
If he's talking about the TD Ameritrade, the 1 billion AMC and the 10 million apes, no.
Okay.
I do not have an explanation other than that they're probably going to say it was a data feed error. All these guys get their data usually from the exchanges, and we already saw last week that who are they getting it from? NYSE ARCA, I think. No, IEX was giving them bad data. So I don't know what the excuse of the week this week is going to be, but clearly something is incorrect. Yep, or it's crime. Sure. Or it's crime and manipulation.
What's crime?
Yeah, right. It's one or the other, guys. You got to choose.
Peter Anderson says, don't forget Sunday is National Cinema Day. You can go to the movie, any AMC for $3. Don't forget that, guys. Yeah. Great point. Thanks, Peter, for reminding us.
And don't forget, buy a popcorn and buy one for the homeless guy outside, because that really helps AMC's bottom line, and you're doing a good deed for humanity.
Buy one for everyone in the parking lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just go hand them out. let's get profitable, right? Let's see. Clark said, oh, that's what Clark was asking about. He was asking about the WEF. Clark said, do we think that, hold on, have it, and then all of a sudden it disappears from me. I don't understand why it's doing this to me, Clark. Hold on. Something about the world economy. Hammer, by the way, Hammer, thank you, man. Appreciate you, brother. Hammer says, Clark, I'm getting to your question. Don't worry. Hammer says, just check out the Save Billy video from Phil for Real, and it will be explain everything. Happy birthday, Mass. Hammer, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Thanks very much. And yeah, we've been sending people all week to Phil's channel to go watch that. Okay, here we go. Sorry, Clark. And thank you, by the way, for that chat. Very much. Thanks, Hammer. Clark says, so if Charles Schwab and the World Economic Forum want to take over the whole world's economies, why don't they just destroy our economy right now? What are they waiting on? I think they're doing a pretty good job of it right now, Clark, I would say. I don't know. The economy is looking pretty destroyed right now to me. Looking a lot worse than it did 2 years ago, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Someone asked, how did I survive the Great Depression of 1929? If it wasn't for the Hoover Dam and all of the other great works projects, we definitely would have starved. I mean, thank God. Thank God the government came through with some of these projects.
Seriously.
I leveraged up on my experience building the railroads.
The Transcontinental, right?
Yes.
You were around before that. Andrew says you see Maverick and IMAX for $3 on Saturday. There you go. Is that goes for IMAX theaters too? Oh, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to get over there. See that. Space Cowboy, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Peter says it's Klaus Schwab. That's right. David says he liked the fanny pack song. Sleepy says there'll be civil uprising if that happened. I agree with you, Sleepy. There will be, led by the Massalorian. The uprising. The rebellion starts today.
I want to. Presley Gamer says people have been screaming, "We're going to make millions!" Since I bought AMC 17 months ago. I was just for fun going through the Bed Bath and Beyond chat in Weeble, this morning after it dropped from like what $13 to $9
Yep.
on the dilution and the closing of stores and laying off, you know, da 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 da. We all know now exactly why Ryan Cohen sold, right? But there were people
Right.
literally in the comments saying, "Guys, keep buying. It's going to 1,000 soon." Like what? What the fuck?
What are you
kind of
talking
crack?
about?
What kind of
Based
crack
off
rocks
what?
are you smoking? Right. I mean,
Based off
that
what?
is definitely a company in trouble, right? At least
Yeah.
AMC is showing positive progress on their numbers,
Yes.
and so are the global box office numbers. But
Yeah.
how can you? And I see that nonsense every day in every ticker. This, you know, it's going to 1 million. ENDP is going to be the next HKD. It's going from 13 cents to $1,000. Just load up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's hypesters in every freaking ticker, you guys. But what I want to help you do is sift through all of that and have reasonable price targets and not bag hold by listening to people telling you $1 million. I'm sorry I wasn't here in January to June of 2021. I would have been telling you the same shit because I sold all of my call options in that run up to 72 and made a mint. Hell no, I ain't listened to I'm not listening to a couple 20-year-olds tell me to hold because it's going to $100 or 1,000. I was ringing that cash register and it pissed me off enough in July to turn on the camera that people were still talking that smack. But I do think that there are still enough people interested in this play and that the fundamentals of the whole movie theater situation has changed, that this is going to be another play, but not to $1 million. No, not going to happen.
No. Yuka. Yeah, I see some people saying in the chat that Yuka, there's really no words, Yuka, right? I just, words can't really sum it up, but I'll be sending you an email. Don't worry about that. Let's see. Someone said they went to go see the new Dragon Ball Z movie. Yeah, we're waiting for some movies to come, right? We do have some good movies coming in the pipeline, guys. This is going to be a rough quarter. I think we all just need to prepare for that and understand that earnings call is not going to be a great day. Okay. The sooner we all get along and understand that, the much easier we'll get through this. And Pam just said Yuka is my new sugar daddy. Man, there were people in here looking for sugar daddies earlier, Yuka. You're missing out. We had some people looking for a sugar daddy.
Larry M wants to know
Avatar.
Larry wants to know my blood type. And now we're really getting personal. Is it because of the lizard
type
comment? My blood type is
maybe.
cold-blooded. It's cold-blooded.
Reptilian.
I mean, what more do you need to know?
Reptilian blood runs cold.
Yes.
Runs cold.
It's reptilian / vampire blood.
Yes. Tully says the New World Order has failed already. Have no fear. I hope so, Tully. I hope so. Adrian, when
Diaz
Discord
is saying,
mass?
Diaz is asking me if I can send him a DNA sample. What the fuck? I'm just fucking with you. I didn't say that.
I'm like, what are you talking about? So, Adrian, you'll have to ask Pam. I told you what happened with Discord. So I'll have to catch you up. But something legit happened. Pam will have to fill you in. I haven't mentioned any of it. Let's see.
Are you on Discord, by the way, now?
So since they got the new phone, the one that went to the bottom of the lake that day, I haven't got back on Discord. No, I've just downloaded it. I need to get the information to log into it. I don't remember the password and the information to log in. I think that's what I still need right now.
Let me know when you get back in.
When I get it up. Yeah, I just spoke to Pam about this morning.
I don't want to know when you get it up. Let me know when you're back into Discord.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
And
Yuka wants a stool sample, Tony.
If you're looking for extra money in some select cities, you can sell your stool sample, just like donating blood.
Get out.
No, I'm not joking.
For
There's,
what?
I mean, we're going to go really left field here, but there are some people that they have a stool repopulation process for putting good bacteria back into people's bodies.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm not
That
joking.
sounds disgusting.
I'm not
What?
fucking joking. It's not available in my
What?
city. I've already looked, but
That's not a real thing. That
that
can't be
is a real fucking thing. Yes.
repurposed human turds.
Yes. You can donate it for money.
You got to be kidding me. I'm
Ape
missing
Father
out.
just perked up. Ape Father's like, what?
I know.
Is it available in Atlantic
twice
City?
That's 2 paydays a day for me. I can bring that register twice. Cha-ching. Oh boy. I didn't realize that. Man, he's gonna stop doing that with the toilet thing. It's really bothers me when all of a sudden I hear the flush and I'm not ready for it.
I'm glad I stopped watching that channel. I hear about it in the Discord, but whoo.
His no matter what, because he puts out so many videos, one of them hits my queue no matter what. I mean, I looked today at my video that I put out last night. Do you know that it was 93% subscribed and 7% unsubscribed on my video?
You know you can unsubscribe from some channels so they don't show up in your feed, and then hit don't recommend channel.
No, I didn't know that. You can hit that so that it won't recommend the videos. I didn't even know that.
I do that 100 times a day on nonsense they put in my suggested videos.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Fecal implants. BTW brand says it fixes your gut biome. There are more bacteria in you than cells in your body. Interesting. So that is real. Okay.
It is real.
Bio butt juice. Sounds good.
The things you learn on them, the things you learn on late night stock chats. I told you this is not all serious, right? But that is a real thing. But we're not going to always cover stocks. Look, I'm going to give you guys ideas of how to make extra money. There you go.
It doesn't always have to be in stock plays.
Right.
It could just be in general, right?
Yes.
Fulana says this is the best late night show, like after the nonsense of the romper room financial nonsense all day. And the kids are in bed. Grown folks talk. Hey, I appreciate that. I know Tony does too. Thank you, Faluna. We just try to keep it real, right? That's it. You know, we got a lot of money in this play. I know a lot of you guys do. So we're going to keep doing that. I saw that. I wasn't going to say it. Jordan says, I'm subscribed to Tim Pool and his show never ever shows up. Have to search every night. YouTube is Ghe. Yeah, agreed. Tony's live stream from this afternoon didn't show up on my queue. And we collabed together. So, you know, it's hit or miss times. But yeah, don't recommend channel. I didn't know about that. I will definitely be taking advantage of that. Janet wants to know what the stool requirements are, Tony.
I have no idea.
You're going to give Kevin ideas. $10 says tomorrow he's offering a scat pack course. Says Isaiah Crescent.
Sign up. Hey guys, look, if you want the details on the fecal donation, you know, not the fecal donation, the fecal, you know, making extra money with fecal samples, be sure and join my Patreon. It's only $69 a month. I will give you all the details about fecal. I don't even know where I'm going.
Fecal
with this.
matter
I'm fucking joking. I'm joking.
We're rehypothecating human turds now. That's great. Awesome.
Sounds like a shitty deal.
Yeah, someone just said that. So that sounds shitty, Tony. Let's see. Only the flow. Evening. How you doing tonight? Sounds like a shitty. Sounds like a shitty deal, Tony. How can Ape be on the threshold list with a T0 settlement? Says Eric Everett.
I haven't. I don't know about you, Massalorian, but I haven't had time to completely validate the T+0 thing. I'm aware of it. I've looked into it for about 5 minutes, and
that's the rumor.
I got busy doing something else, so I can't comment on something I haven't looked into.
I'll look into that. It's a good question.
I started to look into it, and then it became difficult, and I got bored. And
That happens. Or frustration sets in. And then take the other road.
I mean, if
That's going to be a shitty time.
if you guys knew the number of wild ass theories that people send me to investigate every day, I gotta, if I can't find something on it real quick and dirty, a lot of times I'm like, well,
Yeah.
that's gonna have to wait for the weekend.
Yeah, right.
I did
Rambo
look.
3, thank you very much, man. You did?
I did look, yeah, but it was not. It's not something I could find readily.
Okay. Owning the float. So I don't have a PO box. I do have a box here that I can get stuff sent to actually at my building. So if you want to, send me a DM on Twitter, because I do have an actual kind of like a box here that's for my place that I can receive packages in. So send me a DM on Twitter. I'll put my Twitter info up on the info here. Yuka Frida says only the collect stool samples. Stop asking questions. Emails. Trying to get stool samples to market here. They put my shit into you so you can be healthier. says Michael. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh no, that was Millions that said that. Fecal reassignment.
We own the
surgery.
float.
Jeez.
If you own the float, you need to eat more fiber. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. Diaz, I haven't gotten the shirts yet. Do you know how long right now to get shirts? They're saying it's going to be 6 to 8 weeks before I'd even be able to get them. And that was 2 weeks ago when I tried to get them done. I was trying to get 50 shirts done. And they don't want to even do it for that small of a thing. And they're like, well, they were trying to understand what I was doing. I'm like, listen, I'm not making a store for people to be able to buy them. I'm like, I'm just getting them. I'm buying them myself to give out to people. I'm like, it's not a store. I'm not trying to open a store on this. They're like, oh, if you're only looking for 50, it's going to be a while. I'm like, oh, okay.
I have a website I can send you where I order shirts for some of my other businesses where I just get like 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll send you the link. It's reasonable price.
Oh, please do that. Yeah, I just wanted to get them to the mods right now. Okay. Yeah,
I'll send it to you.
I'm trying to find something that's small like that I can just get like a dozen for right now.
Yeah.
Just because times are tight right now. It is what it is,
Yep.
It is what it is. This move was expensive. It was not cheap. Tony, are you planning on selling any ape if it hits $20?
Yeah, I was wondering about that. As I was wondering about a lot of things on my lunch break today, wasn't I? I was wondering, would I sell ape if it doubled in price? Right. I've got my extra ape, I'll call it, that I've been adding, and then I've got my ape that I was handed as the split. I'm thinking about that. What do you guys think I should do? I was thinking that very question, like if my average price on ape that I've been buying in the last week is $6, and for some reason it ran to 12 or 15, should I sell that portion and keep all the rest? What would you guys do? Or do I just hold it all till the MOAS?
I mean, I know you're not talking to me.
No, I'm asking the audience.
You know what I'm doing.
Clearly I'm not going to answer the question, but I want the audience to say, what would you do? I honestly don't know. I didn't have an answer, but I did think about it.
Diaz says, don't answer that, Tony. Smiley faces. With smiley faces. T, I'm going to write this down so I don't forget, but can you, if I do forget, remind me about those shirts?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't know you were ordering shirts. I'm going to order some shot glasses to give away.
There you go. That's a good idea. Shot glasses is a good idea.
That's how we do it here. I need more people besides me drinking out of Tony Denaro shot glasses. And we're not selling shit. We're going to give them away.
Yeah, this is going to be just give outs. So me and Tony have
Yes.
already made a decision on this. We're not going to be selling anything. It's going to be give outs. Let's see. Everyone says they're holding till it's reasonable. Trust me, I'm not selling. Yeah, and you guys know where me and Tony's on this. Until we see something fundamentally crumble, we're not getting out of this play. Too much invested, too much time. Thought you were going to rick off your Hulkamania shirt off, says Nuck to Tony. Yeah, when are you going to do that, Tone?
It needed to go over $50.
All right, we didn't even come close. All right.
No.
Oh boy. Let's
The
see.
shirt and the bandana, everything over here on the shelf, ready to go at a moment's notice. So
Yep. So someone asked about me, what I'm doing as far as it goes. So I just cleared out some of I talked to Tony about this the other day. Because crypto isn't moving anywhere for the next 4 to 6 weeks. I don't think we're going to see any huge moves in crypto. So I liquidated some of my crypto positions so I could get back in to buy some more APE. Hopefully it's going to come down a little more and I can pick some up before the week is out. I'm assuming by Friday, I'll be ready to pull the trigger on that. But yeah, I just liquidated some of actually almost my whole Coinbase position. I'm just keeping BlockFi now for my crypto. Someone said they just tweeted me at Massalorian. Okay, owning the float. Cool. I will check my DMs when we get off here. Someone asked about the thresholds list for APE. Yes, that is correct. We've definitely verified that. They are on the thresholds list right now. Rod says markets are manipulated. Let's donate to AMC's debt outside of the market by getting AA to make a debt donation page. You know, they're not the first person that's brought that up, Rod. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it. You going to bed?
No, not yet.
All right. Okay. How do we know if AA is selling Ape? Honey Horse says. We would see if we were starting to see Ape trickle into the market. We would be able to see that with the price action. 100%. It depends on how many shares, though, for sure. So are we shorting Kevin's ATF, says Phineas, and buying and holding AMC? That sounds like a plan, Phineas. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, just so you guys know, as far as I'm concerned, I haven't sold any of my Ape or AMC yet. Both the positions I'm still just holding. I want the market to figure out where it's headed, and I want both tickers to figure out where they're headed. They're still, I think, trying to find themselves right now. And in a down market, that's going to take a little longer, I think, than normal. Pushing it with powder says, thank you. I go to sleep now. Have a good night, my friend. Have a good night, my friend. T, you could cover me for a sec.
yeah. CB is asking, what is the catalyst for Hycroft mining? The next catalyst
Good one.
for Hycroft is going to be this exploration drilling that they're doing right now. So as we have discussed here many times, Hycroft needs to get some actual ore out of the ground. But and that's a couple years away. But in the meantime, with this drilling exploration program that they're doing, and if you haven't seen the Diane Garrett interview on Pantheon or Boss Blunt's channel, go watch that. I actually learned a lot by listening to that interview. If they find some new ore that is easily mineable, just by virtue of making a press release on that, that could send Hycroft's stock up. So I am judiciously adding to my Hycroft position. I bought some at $1. As you know, I added some a day or two ago at 73 cents. And some of people in my Discord bought at 73 cents and then sold today, a day later, for 15% gain in a day. So I told the Discord I'm holding for long term because, 15% on the small amount of Hycroft that I own was not really compelling for me to sell. If I had 10,000 shares, that might be different. But I'll be adding Hycroft on any dips. My next buy-in point seems that I'm in at $1.73. If there's no good news, I'll buy again at 50 cents. And then hope that there's good news, and then a pop to $2, $3, $4, $5. Speculative play. That's the only way I look at it right now. And also long-term play. I'm not parking a bunch of money in Hycroft with unrealistic expectations. I'm putting a small amount as a gambling play that some good news happens. And you get enough of those out there, and some of them hit, and they hit big. They make up for the ones that don't work out. So that's how I'm viewing Hycroft. Just real talk. And I hope that Hycroft hits, because their stock price directly transfers to AMC's financial statement. So if Hycroft were to run up from 80 cents to $2 or $3, $4, $5, $6, that would be a massive earnings per share boost for AMC. Talk about unknown catalyst. Can we get an unknown catalyst in the house? Hello. That would be massive for AMC, because that, due to the way they calculate fair value and transfer that over to the income statement, that would be huge for any quarter that happens on AMC, if the price is high at the end of a quarter. Right now, obviously, the price of Hycroft going down is weighing us down. But if they find some ore, look out, baby. Hedgies are fucked. Now, you guys know I've been very real with you since March. I'm not the most bullish Hycroft person. But if they find something, and understanding how it translates into AMC's earnings, it would, without a doubt, be a big deal. Diaz says, are you in the think tank? Are you asking me, Diaz? Or are you asking someone in the chat? BTW says Hycroft can't get any easy processed gold ore. The ore they have is only mineable chemically. Right. Right. I've done a very realistic due diligence on Hycroft, and it wasn't, nobody liked me. I can tell you that. Because I was telling people, do not fucking pay $3 for Hycroft. But they did it anyways, and they, trolled me on Twitter because I was being a realist. They trolled me on Twitter because I was being a realist, but I'm like, look, I'm not even considering Hycroft till it drops below $1, because I read all the reports. If you read them, that was common sense. I'm not going to be sucked into some Adam Aaron, Diane Garrett hype when the reports are all there to read. But I will buy it when it's cheap. $1, 50 cents, 27 cents. That's worth a gamble. I like a little gamble. Ooh, yeah. He's a gambler. Yeah, a little gamble. A little gamble.
Yeah. Just nothing crazy, right?
Right, right.
Nothing crazy. David says, if Hycroft finds lithium or more gold on property, it will go well. Yeah, Dave, we just need that. We need that find. We need to hit that vein.
Yeah, trying to drink my beer and it's not even open.
Man. Liz, Tony is in Austin, not Houston. Curtis says, can they convert AMC to Ape? Can they convert AMC to Ape, kill AMC ticker in the shorts? No. No. With the shorts attached to it, says Chris. No, Curtis. Will we see in SEC filings if AAA sells more Ape? Now, yes, that would show up on the filing, right, Tony?
What was the question?
If hold on. If AA sells more ape, will we see it on the SEC filing?
He hasn't sold it.
Auto
You mean like
codes.
if he issues dilution?
Yes.
Would we see it?
Yes.
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 I mean, according to the FAQ, that 8K that they released a week or so ago,
Yep.
he said that they will comply with any necessary SEC, filing requirements. So
Okay.
I was joking. I was joking like that's a definite maybe. If they're required to file, they will. Does that mean we'll get advance notice the day of, notice the next day, like Ryan Cohen did? I don't know. I can't tell you. I haven't
Right.
studied it enough to know what their regulatory requirements are. And there's many ways they could sell ape, right? As we talked about earlier, direct to the market offering, private offering, sell it to a lender. I don't know. I haven't walked through all those scenarios, but I am certain at some point, if he issues dilution, we will be notified.
For sure. Yep. Yes, that's true. Let's see. San Diego Mats wants to know, how long have you hold your longest stock for, Tony? How long is your longest hold on a stock?
Shit. Normally when I'm buying a stock, I don't even know. I don't have anything that I had in the 1930s. I can tell you that.
From before the Depression?
When I buy it, I'm going to be straight up. When I buy a stock, when I buy it, I already have a price target that I'm going to sell it at.
Right.
Like when
That's the way to do it.
When I bought Tesla at 500 or 600, I already knew that, I was going to sell it into any run up over $900. And that doesn't mean that I'm bearish on Tesla. That just means that I thought that 1200 was overvalued.
Yeah.
I'll come back and buy it on a dip. That is investing, right? I heard someone on TV talking about this, and I see people talking about it in the comments. Like, what you want to do is buy a stock when you think it's undervalued and sell it when you think it's overvalued to the next guy who thinks it's undervalued.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? You want to find that there's always going to be someone more bullish than you. But if you have done your real due diligence and that guy's all hyped up at he thinks Tesla at 1200 is a great deal because it's going to be the biggest company in the world, then sell it to him and then wait for it to drop back down to 600 and buy it again.
Buy back
that
in.
is part of, that is part of being a smart investor. So no, I don't have any stocks that I owned years ago. I don't trade that way.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I was telling Tony the other day on Friday, I had to liquidate some stuff that I've been holding on to that's just doing nothing for me. And at some point, you just got to make the decision, right? Which way am I going to go with this trade? Can't hold it forever. And right now, there are some plays out there where you could be putting your money. And there's some other stocks I want to buy, right? I want to buy this APE while it's down low right now.
Sufyan in the house. What's up, Sufyan?
Yes.
I do remember.
Sufyan.
I remember when Chipotle launched, and I was like, nah, I'm not going to invest in a burrito company.
Oh God, I wish I had.
What a fucking dumbass. I remember when
the
Amazon
first time I
launched,
ate there, I should have known better.
I remember when Amazon launched. And I was like, yeah, a book company,
online bookstore. Yeah,
yeah,
no way. Burritos.
I mean,
I should have known the first time I ate Chipotle that it was going to do just fine.
I've made a lot
the
of
first meal I
dumb
had
decisions.
was awesome. Yeah. Yep. Pam, thank you, hon. Have a good night. Pamela is leaving the chat. One of our mods.
Good night,
Have a
Pam.
good night, Pam. Pam, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tony, did you short Alex? Yeah, people are looking for Alex in the chat. Did you short Alex?
After that Lou comment, and then it's being picked up on other channels.
I know. It's being broadcast on other people's videos. What is going on?
She's in the doghouse.
We'll get her back on soon, right?
Yeah, she'll be back.
AMC cost to borrow now at 357%, says G Money. How is Ape on the threshold list already? What does it actually expose, says Matt. So, Matt, we tried to talk about this a little earlier, right? That it doesn't mean much. I mean, we've seen it many times AMC has been on the threshold list before, right, T?
I don't remember how many times. Someone said it's only been on the threshold list one time. I don't remember
Really?
because I just don't. Someone in the chat was saying that. I don't remember. They said the last time AMC was on the threshold list, we ran a 72. It seems to me, in my memory, you guys can correct me, that we've been on the threshold list more than one time since $72.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Let's
But
see.
what does it expose? It means that somebody's not showing up with the shares. That's what it exposes.
Right.
Settlement is not happening.
Right. Right. We know there's not settlement going on. Exactly. Natalie, no problem. Says, I was sorry behind I was on the video. Clark says, Julie wants to see Lou and his bra again. Oh,
You
on
still
the
got
thumbnail?
you still got those photos?
I got those photos. Yes. They're a little doctored, but I got them. Otto says, last time was June 21st, 2021 per Ortex. Thank you, Otto. That was the last time. I'm trying to think. June 3rd, I know, was our run up. June 21st, I want to say we were probably still in the high 50s at that time.
YouTube is about to
Try to
short me. I
guess.
almost hit the vape on camera.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, hit that.
I almost
please.
did. Yeah. I thought I hit the button.
I saw you step away. I saw you step away, and there you go. There we go. William Hance says, hi from North Korea. How are you on the internet right now, William? There's no internet in North Korea. Come on. You mean South Korea? Yeah, you guys remember to hit the like when you come in. That would be great. I keep forgetting to mention that, but that would be great.
Angelina says, Michelle H has a question. All right, let's not leave Michelle behind. No woman
right,
left
Michelle,
behind, Michelle. What is the end of the day? What is the end of the day for this play?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'm gonna keep on saying what I've been saying, Michelle. This play has converted for me into this is not an overnight second short squeeze play, but the fundamentals have drastically changed from where we were a year ago when I bought this stock in a environment where there were no movies being shown and the company was bleeding. They're still bleeding, but they're crawling out of the grave. So the big issue we got to tackle is the debt, and that there's a plan in place for that now with Ape. You can like it or not like it. If you don't like it, then I would sell. And if you like the company and you think that paying off the debt can improve the financials, then maybe stay in this play. That is up to you. In the meantime, while I'm waiting on that, because everything I invest in is a long-term play. I have some gambling plays. This started as a gambling play. It's turned into a long-term play. While I'm waiting now, I'm hoping for some unknown catalyst, or that any one of these crazy theories out there might be true. But I'm not going to talk about the crazy theories. If they happen, they happen. I'm focusing the direction of my channel on this play into improving fundamentals and paying off the debt.
Yeah. Michelle, bottom line. And sorry to keep you up. Apologize. Didn't mean to miss your comment or your question, but this goes by really fast here, just so you know.
Natalie says, have I been blocked? You have not been blocked, Natalie. No. If we missed your question, feel free to retype it.
Yep. No one should be getting blocked. I had the best shrimp chimichanga today. Let's see. David says AMC healthy will at least net you $30 a share. Yeah, David. That's last time we saw those prices back in 2018. We need to get those fundamentals up, right? But they're getting there. They're getting there. AMC no longer the play we got into, says William. That's the truth, right? That's the truth. It's the play we are now hitched to for good. One way or the other, ride or die, right? No problem.
Peace
Natalie.
Love. I got a question from Peace Love. Is it possible for Adam Aaron to do a 1-for-4 split on Ape? I mean, he already took preferred shares and divided them by 100 into these depository receipts. Is it possible to split them from there 1 to 4? I don't know, but I don't think that he would do that.
I don't either.
I have
I don't
seen
see
some I have seen companies with depository receipts do splits on them. I have seen it.
Yeah,
it is possible. But
unlikely.
he's also got another. We've got what did he do? $1 billion. He converted $1 billion preferred shares into apes. He's got $4 billion more if he needed them that he could call into action. But I don't think that unless Ape goes to $1 and gets parked there, I don't see that happening.
Yep. Agreed. Local Urban says, in y'all honest opinion, what's a better savings account, Ape or AMC? You know what? I'm not going to comment on that just because, I have both right now. I'm using both as my savings account right now. I'm sorry. I don't know who asked that. But yeah. Yeah, Humble Hearts Mindful Knowledge says, Mass, you need some rest now. You're 1 year older. Yeah, I know. It's really going to catch up with me today. Really going to catch up with me this extra year now. Let's see. If every shareholder... Good.
I'm going to repeat for Local Urban the comment that I said about the craps table on AMC and Ape.
Yep.
It's kind of like, for me, I'm buying Ape right now, not AMC, because it's cheaper. But I'm kind of viewing it as like I'm putting money on the hard 6 and hoping it hits.
Okay.
There's no guarantees, right? I can't tell you which one is better. There's no real charting that we can do on Ape, and it's a different animal than AMC, and it's got a lot of negative pressure right now. So I feel like it's going to have a downtrend and then reach some level of is symbiosis a word? It's going to reach some level of parity or some level of normalcy, but maybe not in the short term.
Right.
So I'm buying it while it's cheap. I don't know if I'm going to be right. Don't copy me.
Yes. Same here. That's why I didn't comment on it, Local. Local Urban says, you were the best. Thanks for everything. Appreciate you, Local Urban. Happy birthday, Tom. Only the Mass isn't a day over 39, I betcha. Oh, I wish, Angelina. I wish. Did Tony just do Tai Chi with his hand? It was an attempt, I think, at Tai Chi, right, Tony? It was an actual Tai Chi.
I'll wake up and do a couple hours of Tai Chi every morning.
Do you?
No.
That's how you stay so calm.
I do Tai Chi in the West Wing while I'm studying for my doctorate in engineering. Yes.
That's a pretty wild life you got. Let's see. Me too, bro. 1,000 earlier and watched it bleed. Cassius Bozeman, good evening tonight. How you doing? S. Jackson, I see. Don't forget the truth. All up in the chat right now. We are just about to turn over hour 3 of the live stream. Old Reddit DD last year when AMC was on the threshold of July of 2021. Yeah, so it's been a little bit, right? At least we know that. Someone said that Austin's video was saying the custom bar was 357% on AMC. Is that right, Tony?
The max.
I'm sorry, I don't have the Ortex data. Okay.
The max. The average was like,
right.
What do we say? 37%, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I don't look at max.
Very,
I don't
tricky.
I don't talk about max cost of borrow.
You can't look at the average. Yeah.
What people that talk about the max will never. I've literally seen people post the max at 400% and not comment on the min being 2%. So
yeah,
I only report the average. People are borrowing on the average. If you were going to want to borrow some Ape and someone said, yeah, we got some, it'll be 400%. But you could go next door and get it for 37. Are you going to fucking borrow it for 400%? No.
200%.
That's just somebody putting out the closed sign. Like, we don't got any. Don't
Right.
bother us.
Right.
Nobody's going to come to that person.
Shirley says, just came back from boxing class. You guys are still here. Sending birthday love at Mass. Thank you, Shirley. Appreciate you. And boxing class, that sounds fun. I'll do some boxing with you. What are the averages in June, in before the June run? What was the average in before the June run, says Nova on the Great. What was the average? I don't know. In before the June run. AMC?
The average cost to borrow?
Borrow? Maybe, yeah. That must be right. Probably what he's asking. Yeah. I don't know. Can you look that up, T, on Ortex?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. I know you have it open. I just know you have it right there.
Yep.
Jesse says he's going deep sea fishing tomorrow. Jesse, you're in New Zealand, right?
Squeeze tomorrow.
What are you going fishing for?
Squeeze alert.
Oh, squeeze tomorrow.
Yes, it always happened. Look, the last squeeze happened when I was at my son's graduation. Always when you're not by your freaking computer is when the squeeze happens. So
right.
Thank this. Who was it? Jesse that said that?
Yes.
Jesse, you're a fine man. We appreciate your service. Hope you have a satellite phone.
Person. Let's see. I can't stop eating right now from the old gummy munchies. Fear of God 777. Man, that sounds good to me. I am cannot wait for Chinese food tomorrow. Let's see. I would like to recommend Devotion. Oh, I would like to recommend Devotion early November. It's like a Top Gun movie from World War II. Looked awesome. Plus, it has the Hangman in it too, says Dark Latin. Oh, that's something I'd be interested in if it's a World War II movie. Definitely. Definitely. Jesse says, my pleasure, lads. I'm on the sacrificial lamb. San Diego Laundromat says 37% is high. It is San Diego, but we've seen it a lot higher than that, right? I mean, Tony, we've seen it up real high on CTB with AMC, no?
Yeah, in the highest, I'm looking at the chart here. I can put it up on the screen if you want.
Sure. Let's take a peek.
This red line, let me get rid of this.
Yep.
Now, this is a bunch of squeezed together data, so bear with me. But
CB, have a good night.
This was back in December of 2020. Cost to borrow 252%. That was right before the January run up. That's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
And then in the June run up, it was May 31st. Cost to borrow says 12%.
Well, big difference, huh? And look at the difference in price action.
That's why I report this data, but I don't obsess over it.
Right. Right. Exactly.
I would much rather prefer high, most of the squeezes that I see on a weekly basis, they are in high cost to borrow, high short interest stocks. That is factual.
Yeah.
But not every high cost to borrow, high short interest stock squeezes. If you follow what I'm saying. It's not a guarantee of anything.
Nope.
What makes a stock squeeze is unrelenting buying pressure at the end of the day.
And like Barely Here is saying, also some gamma squeezing. We saw that for sure.
That is also helpful. Yep.
Let's see. Angelina, I'm sure you could take me on. I'm not even worried about it. I'm sure Shirley could beat me in a boxing match too. Let's see. Market hours in New Zealand are from 1:30 a.m. till 8 a.m., so I am no longer in danger of missing the squeeze. Have prices, alarms on my phone. That's the way to do it, man. That's the way to do it. Lima Uniforms India Sierra Luis Luis says, will threshold list do anything tomorrow? Keith, we've been talking about the threshold list all night here. We'll see. I wouldn't get your hopes up, guys, tomorrow with the list too much. Just from past experience, that's all. That's all we're speaking on. Billy says, let's see what phase 6 brings. Bring it on. I hope a bunch of them are in trouble tomorrow. I do. I hope we see some pressure on the shorts tomorrow. But really, the only way we're gonna know is at the end of the day. Andy K says, let's go Red Sox. There you go, Andy. That's what I like to see. Angelina, you didn't say anything about boxing? Who was just saying they were boxing? Shirley. Sorry.
Did you pull up
late.
Hulk Hogan's question?
No, but I can for you.
Is it possible
Hulk
Adam
Hogan?
Aaron started Hulk Hogan? Is it possible Adam Aaron started selling Ape when it first came out? I mean, it is possible, right? But according to the 8K that AMC released, they would take the necessary, they would follow the necessary SEC regulations regarding investor disclosures when they do additional dilution. So I currently do not believe that he has sold any additional Ape.
And what do we have seen? Do you think we would have seen something if there was some Ape coming out in the market? We would have seen some downward pressure.
Well, I mean, there has been
would
downward
think, right?
pressure in the past couple days,
But I mean,
it's
even
just
more.
It's just not trading enough, and we're in a market downturn week since last Friday.
Right.
It's just
Right.
people want to ignore the fact the entire market's cratering because of Powell last week and just assume, hey, let's throw Adam Aaron under the bus. He's obviously selling Ape. No, it's probably just that people are selling shit off, especially risky investments. If you're a big institution or a mutual fund or pension fund and the market's going down, you're going to sell shit and ask questions later. They're not going to sit around and take a 40% loss on stuff and have to explain that to people. You guys got to understand how big institutions work. We are the first, with that airplane scene where they throw shit out the window, the extra weight. we're the extra weight. Yes. We're the first thing getting thrown out of the window. But when things pick back up, we'll also be the first thing bought back. That's just the reality. It's not a bad thing. Welcome to a overvalued stock. Tesla, a lot of stocks are in this category. All the Kathy Woods ARK stocks.
Yep. All those ARK investments, RK, ARKX. Yep. All the space tech.
Don't feel picked on. You own one of those stocks. That's it. You're not being picked on.
Yep. Fire King 30 says, Master, you think that AA has his shares DRS'd? I'm sure his shares are very nicely tied up and exactly where they need to be. No, I don't believe that he has anything DRS. Probably not.
By the way, Phil For Real has a DRS song coming out soon.
Oh yeah, did he announce that?
He was sampling it on his live stream today.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'll have to check.
I wish I could remember
Louis
the chorus.
Says, no. All right. We'll pull it. We'll be playing it. I'm sure. We'll be playing it. Louis says, you guys are a match made in heaven. You think so, Lima? All right, that sounds good to me. Just seen Jackson Hunter put out a video on Ape already being on the threshold list 8 days into trading, says Keith Finney. Yeah, Keith, we've been talking about that a little bit tonight, right? We've been talking about that. Some interesting things going on with that. A lot of things. A lot of people feel like it doesn't matter. I think me and Tony are kind of on that agreement that we've seen it before. This is nothing new. But we'll see. Time will tell, right? Jana says, I love Phil's songs. Yeah, they're pretty good. The kid does a pretty good job with it. There's nothing I could come even close to that.
Hey,
Close to that.
Lima, is your real name Luis?
Yeah, I would think so, right? Luis,
Looks like it.
right? If I was going, Foxtrot Tango, I would spell it Luis with that. Mass after Moas, we have to order real Chinese. Oh, I'm so down, Shirley. Good
What's
night.
going on with it? What is going
Appreciate
on with
you.
the Chinese food tomorrow, by the way?
I was the one thing I wanted for my birthday, Chinese food. I didn't get it today. So I'm getting it tomorrow. That's it. It's the one thing I wanted. The only thing I wanted was just give me some good Chinese food. Yeah, some aso sauce. Some aso sauce. I'd be down for that. It's good stuff. Sports investing and hobby says when these stocks squeeze, crypto would probably tank, don't we think? If they're using some of that, if they're using their crypto positions for rocket fuel for us, yeah. Yes. Yes, sir. That's my real name, says Lima Uniform India Sierra. Good thing, good thing. 24 The Money says, why is Cineworld not halted? MSM puts out a BS rumor of bankruptcy. Has Cineworld said we were going tits up? Yeah, so 24 The Money, that's something interesting, Tony. I was looking at the other day. Because Cineworld actually hasn't come out and said, it's just a kind of a rumor right now still, right? They haven't, nothing's official.
The last time I read anything about Regal and Cineworld or whatever the fuck they're called was a week ago when that announcement came out.
Right.
But yeah,
Right.
I mean, they said they were investigating what bankruptcy proceedings or hiring a firm to talk
Right.
about it or something. That's the last time I looked at it.
Yep. Yeah, that's the last time. Me too. Me too. Billy says, Mass, no disrespect, but Phil for real is far from a kid. Say kid? I think he's just a little younger than me. He's got to be at least 10 to 15 years. Let's see. Jenna says, AA wants to be a legend before he retires. He'll set up AMC to survive and make history with apes. Have faith. I think we're all keeping that faith, Jenna. We're in that. We're with you. We are.
Adam Aaron, he had every excuse in the book to file bankruptcy in 2020.
Yep.
And he didn't do it. He didn't do it. So all these people that hate on Adam Aaron, I just don't see why not just make it easy. Why not just roll over and give up in 2020 if that was his end game? I think he wants to go out a winner. If he's a real CEO, like any of them that I've ever known, he wants to have his name go down in history.
Right.
Not be studied in business school as a failed executive.
Right. Who on his last mission failed, where he brought every other company back to grace, into good graces. The last thing he goes on, he's taken out by the pandemic. I don't think he wants to go out like that. So
I mean, I could be wrong, but I mean, I've known a couple of CEOs, and most of them don't think as conspiracy level as everybody wants to make them out on Reddit and YouTube.
Yeah.
They got to where they're at by taking chances and wanting to prove something to the world.
Yep.
And I think that that's what he wants to do. Otherwise, he could have easily filed bankruptcy. He almost was forced into it, but he figured out a fucking way out of it.
Yep. He found the money to keep him afloat, and then we came into hand, and we've been working this thing out together since then. It's a two-way street, guys.
A lot of CEOs, I mean, they go down
for Tony.
A lot of CEOs go down fighting, right? They end up losing the battle, but they all go down fighting. It's a common scenario where you take on a bunch of debt. You're trying to save your company, and in the end, it just didn't work out. But for Adam Aaron, he got a lifeline from the apes, and I think he's really fighting the hard battle. You can believe it or not. I don't care. That's just my opinion. I really think he wants to succeed.
I think he's put a lot of time and energy into this company, bringing it back from the dead. You see the question there from Mike Vlogs from your
Whew,
pair DTCC
that's
2021.
yeah, that's a lot of regulations. I haven't looked at
FCC.
I haven't looked at a lot of regulations recently. To be quite honest, I don't even remember what those are. I've done a lot of videos on regulations
I'm
in the
trying to
last
think.
year, but those don't ring a bell just by looking at them.
Yeah, I'm looking for a 4, a 3, a 10. None of those look an example.
I'm going to take a screenshot of those for you, Mike, and look them up in the morning.
Local
and the reason that I stopped looking at regulations, I mean, not to be the turd in the punch bowl, but most of the time when I'm looking into regulations, it's because people are overhyping them as this is going to cause the MOAS, and I read the fucking regulation and it's not anything what they are saying it is.
Right.
And I just get tired of always being the person with common. Sorry, I always get tired of being the. Person that is looking at. Massalorian, help me out. How can I say that?
To do the dirty work? You hate being the bad guy?
Yeah.
The fall guy? I know that your name comes up in all these conversations for pushing IPOs and yada yada. And like, what channel are you guys watching? I don't understand. What channel are you guys watching? It's not the Tony I know. Oh boy. All right. Where are we at here? All right, so we're pulling up on 3 hours and 20 minutes. Well, I don't know what time you're planning on going till. I wasn't planning on going till 1 o'clock though. Is that something to you? 1 a.m.
Scarlett doesn't get home till like 5 or 6 a.m. So all I got to do is, I don't have any plays running into pre-market tomorrow. I'm good.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna stay on definitely till 1 o'clock. I'm just gonna eat something after that. Even though I didn't get Chinese food, I have to eat something. Something. Andrew says sold my Fundal finally last week. Let's see. Guy Delcon says, if you are good at running a company, you have always have an ace in the hole. It saved my butt a few times. I think he's got his ace in the hole, right? It's Ape.
He does now. I mean, I bet he's been sweating bullets for the last year. I often use that analogy of, can you imagine going into work every day knowing you've got a $5 billion bill sitting in your mailbox?
No, not fun. That can't be fun, right? Can't be fun. Mike says the NSCC regulation was to increase capital requirements. Are you talking? I think he's talking about tomorrow. I think he's talking about the capital requirements for Isda, right? The new margin requirements.
I can pull that one up real quick and just see if it rings a bell.
He says, finish your last beer, Tony. Running a Scarlet comes through the door and then pretend you're asleep.
It's funny because, like, I'm usually waking up for pre-market about the time she's getting home. This new schedule we haven't worked it all out yet.
Lima Uniform India Sierra says, guys, get some sleep. I need you both sane and sober tomorrow. It's my birthday. Come on. I'm trying to stay up and get hammered.
What kind of lunatic are you spending your birthday with us?
There's nowhere I'd rather be than with you beautiful people. Nowhere I'd rather be. I kind of even just forgot about it until a couple hours before we went on. It's just another day to me. I had stuff to do this morning working on this Isda stuff. Humble in the heart, mind, full of knowledge. Good night. Have a good night. Thanks for coming by. Much love. Much love. All right, my man. Can't
don't
believe
know
you.
if I don't know if I've looked into this NSCC 017 before. This is not, this text is not looking familiar. I'll have to look at it when I'm fresh on mental energy and not 3 beers in. I'm going to leave it up on my tabs here, though, so I can check it in the morning. I will repeat.
All ape.
I'm gonna repeat what I said earlier. Most of these institutions that we're worried about have had a year or 2 years or more sometimes to worry about these regulations, and so I got over the thought that any of them were ever going to catch any of them off guard. That's the nicest way that I could say it.
Yeah, I think we debunked that pretty early on this spring, right? When NSCC
some of those
didn't go into, yeah.
We went through so many regulations in the last year. Good Lord. In fact, some of my worst, earliest videos were talking about regulations. You want to see, you think I'm boring now? You should have seen me a year ago. Go watch some of those
Holy
fuckers.
smokes.
God.
Man. I
couldn't need something to go to sleep to. Yeah, Massalorian is like, Massalorian saw those videos. He's like, I will never fucking do a collab with this snooze fest.
Holy shit! I'm gonna have to give this guy some smelling salts right before we bring him on. Wake him up. No. It's always been great.
I didn't really know how bad it was until I made my son watch it. He's like, Dad, you need to up the energy a little bit. Yeah.
Bring it up.
I was like, all right. I can agree with you. It's pretty awful.
I know.
It's pretty awful.
That's pretty cool though. I like that me and Tendy's son now have the same birthday. That's pretty cool. It's Tendy's Sunday, right?
Yep.
Or was it
10:15 a.m. I think he said. He said the baby. He didn't say the sex.
Yeah, he didn't say boy or girl. That's right. He didn't say.
Why is the lamp flashing, our Baglio? That was from our esteemed Mike Vlogs.
Yeah, if a super chat comes through.
I have YouTube hooked up to, what's it called? It's if this then that, IFTT. There's some crazy magical internet shit you can do. If you guys do a super chat, it makes the lights flash. I'm gonna hook up a disco light and some fog machine sometime in the future, but I gotta. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
A fog machine. What, to disappear on screen?
No, just to, like, if it's a big super chat, probably just like blast me in the face.
Oh,
but I got I got work shit I need to buy first, like 2 monitors and another camera. That's all like down the road. We're gonna really give the
smoke
trolls
machine
something
can wait.
What kind of fucking finance channel is this fool? He's got a fucking fog machine. He wears silly hats and drinks on camera.
The only fog I know is coming out of my ears.
I have a fog machine. I have a fog machine right down there on the table behind me that I have all disassembled.
Do you really?
Yes, it got clogged up because I didn't clean it out after Halloween. So I was trying to figure out a way to make it work. And the other problem is you have to manually hit the on and off button. So it's not compatible with an internet trigger.
Oh, right. You couldn't Bluetooth it or anything, right?
Well, I mean, you can't trigger it from a super chat, but I'm going to figure something out in my free time when I'm not
you need a remote or something.
When I'm not looking into DTCC regulations, I'm trying to figure out how to trigger a fog machine from the internet. So if any of you wizards out there got a solution, let me know.
Let them know.
And I'm going to call
Strobe
it.
lights too, I'm saying.
Yes, absolutely. Don't think I haven't looked. And the fog machine is going to be called Robot Godzilla. You can fucking believe it.
Oh boy, that would be good. If it just said Robot Godzilla, it was steam coming out everywhere, fire. I saw Robot Godzilla the other day in the grocery store. I meant to tell you, I have a video of it. There was something zooming around the store, looked like a hunchback animal, but it was a robot, and I think it was there to scan your prices for you. You have that in your stores there in Texas? Anyone else seen
Nope.
that in the chat? It's like a robot that drives around the grocery store, and
I saw a guy in the checkout line on Twitter with like some robot standing right behind him. I thought it was like
really?
checking him for. I thought he was like stealing some shit, and it was following him around.
There's a loss prevention officer.
Yes.
A robot loss prevention officer. Stop right there. Hold. Halt.
Halt, human.
Oh boy. Yeah. Stop. AI. Oh boy. Tony, I think I was one of the first to call you low energy Tony, says Jeffrey Rocha, but you've come a long way. He certainly has.
It was what was his name? Jen Colato that gave me the official low energy name.
Jen Colado? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was one of my first
by the way?
haters.
Have you talked to him at all?
He was one of my first haters. I think we're in a good place now, Jen Colato and I.
Okay.
But he meant it in the most loving bromance way possible. Don't get jealous, Eric. But yeah,
San
I mean,
Diego Laundromat says, good.
it was a
What are you saying?
it was a well-earned nickname. I'm not going to deny it. You got to admit
Come
when
a
you're
long
wrong.
way,
You got
Sid.
to admit your mistakes to improve, right?
Yes. San Diego Laundromat says, did the Fenway tour a couple of weeks ago. Can't believe it's 100 years old. Enjoyed your city. Had beers at Cheers. San Diego Laundromats, yeah, that's a great tour that they have at Fenway, huh? It is a cool place to go. Man, that's cool. Just here. San Diego. I wish I could do a trip to your town. Can y'all do a video to reflect the threshold list and match those numbers to shares out on loan, says Michael Dismeyer. Video to reflect the threshold list and match those numbers to shares out on loan. Would those
Read that
numbers
one more
match
time.
up?
What? I'm
Yeah.
old. One more time, please.
That's all right. Can y'all do a video to reflect the threshold list and match those numbers to shares out on loan?
No.
Those two numbers shouldn't match up.
I mean, I could, but I'm not going to. I don't care about threshold list.
Okay.
It's a widely exaggerated
Stat.
data point. Yeah. Most people that are looking at threshold list are adding up weeks or months of data. I've seen people add up years. Look at this. There's 5 billion FTDs.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't do it.
Did you say? Wait, did you say
back to this thing
FTDs
about
or
contacting?
did you say FTDs or threshold list?
I said. Well, he said. Shares out on loan from the threshold list. Reflect the threshold list. Yeah, not FTDs.
All right, my bad. Just
Threshold list.
Can you rewind and then?
What were you saying?
cut
FTDs?
this? Yeah, just cut.
Time out.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Excuse me. Threshold list. All right, let's take 2 and action. Yeah, that's a great idea. So threshold list. Let's talk about that, Mass. What do you think?
Go ahead.
No.
Well,
a friend in need is a friend indeed.
Kamala. Thanks, Kamala. Am I the Polish president in this situation? A friend indeed is a friend indeed. Thanks. What a great answer. If all else fails, go to that, right?
Yeah, I got that from my friend Kamala.
Kamala. Oh boy.
Next question.
What was? Yeah, what was I just gonna look at? I did have something I was gonna pull up, and I forgot what it was now.
I'm getting confused because you got something about the Fenway tour up on the screen.
I know. That's the problem. I gotta get that down. BTW brand says, Andrew, it was literally 18% a day ago. Those numbers are whatever they feel like they can ask for, probably including price hikes. Yeah, that number's going to fluctuate.
What are we talking about?
What about
Cost
the
to
Poland
borrow?
president? If you missed it, you missed it. Yeah, CTB was at 18%, and now it's up to what? 37, somewhere around there. They were saying 37%, 29.4. Highest it's been the longest time, Andrew was saying. And then Clark was asking about contacting Adam Aaron to see if it was possible for shareholders. So I remember one of my subscribers was talking about that a year ago.
Exactly.
She had mentioned.
This is what cracks me up about the whole ape thing. People are so mad about ape and dilution and paying off the debt. And I'm like, literally, I know some of you motherfuckers complaining about it now were the ones that were tweeting Adam Aaron saying, can we donate to a fund to pay off the debt? I'm like, you were ready to do that, but you don't want dilution from
But you won't invest in ape.
Come on, man.
Yep. CC Villa says that right now. She's saying the same thing. Clark, just buy ape. That's what it's for. Yep. Right on, CC. Yes. Yeah, a lot of smoke and mirrors, guys. A lot of smoke and mirrors. All right. So we just hit the 3:30 mark. I don't know about you, Tony, but I'm definitely gonna go with something to eat. I only had two beers, but
it's
I
not
definitely feel
3:30. It's only 12:03.
It's 1:03 where I am, and I gotta be up in 5 hours. What's your plans for tomorrow? Are you going to go live tomorrow, depending on how the market opens?
Yeah, I'm kind of taking the market and my time to see, like, if I'm live streaming all day and the market is bleeding out, am I really being a value add? Just sitting here entertaining people for 6.5 hours? Or can I use that time to look into other tickers, look into regulations like the gentleman posted up here earlier a few minutes ago, or other stuff that is going on in the market? So, I mean, you guys need to let me know. But if I can't make money sitting in front of my computer, I don't. By making money, I mean trading other tickers,
right?
Because things are bleeding out. Then what's the point of being on camera? I'm sitting here, but I also want to actually try and make some money day trading. So a lot of it depends on when I wake up. What is going on in pre-market? What are the tickers? Are they moving? Are there any good plays? Is the market looking like all the futures are red? It's kind of like the calculus that I use. And if I think I can entertain people while also making a little bit extra money trading, I'm happy to sit here for 6.5 hours, pee in my sock and not eat anything.
Right. Right. If need be, right?
You know what I'm saying? I don't take a break if it's a good day. But if it's a bad day, why sit here and subject myself to that?
Yeah, and that goes for everyone. Why subject yourself to that?
I say the same thing to the audience. I say the same thing to you guys. Like, if it's a bad day, go do something more productive.
Right.
You don't need to trade every day. If it's not working for you, step away. Go do something with your family, with your spouse, with your pet, to improve your health, to improve your education, to improve your mental health. Anything other than to get yourself more depressed because it's another red day in the market. So right now, this week, I'm just taking it day by day. The internet is working now. I've got 10x the speed I had yesterday, or for the last year, for that matter. So
that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good to go on the technical side. We'll just have to wait and see how the markets look tomorrow.
Yep, for sure. I'm going to read this question. Final question. How many followers on Twitter do I need, and how many charts will I have to prove myself to you guys to be your go-to systematic trader? Seriously, though. Okay, I'd say you'd have to contact me and Tony on DM or email. I don't care about how many Twitter followers you have. I don't even promote my Twitter. I can't stand Twitter. I just use it for
Is that
That's it.
is that NYSE Arca? Did it just become a sentient being?
I believe so. When it just-
I think
it
we're
just
being
went sitting on
communicated
us.
to by AI. AI has reached out.
Arca, definitely reach out. Reach out, Arca. It has nothing to do with Twitter followers, though.
Yeah,
Please.
just
And
DM
Jesse,
us.
man,
D
appreciate
DM
the
us.
Chinese food donation. Yeah, DM is the way. Jesse, thanks for the Chinese food donations. And guys, to everyone tonight who donated to either me or Tony, thank you so much. We did 3.5 hours tonight. I know from my mods, I had Adrian tonight, Diaz, Liz Clayman, Pam the Trader, and Tell Dog were all on the mods tonight. Thank you all to you guys. I love you. And especially Yuka Frida tonight. Yuka, thank you for the donations and the birthday chats. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you very much. Tony, you got some people want to say hey to?
I just want to let y'all know once Massalorian's gone, we're going to start playing some strip poker. So hanging out, crack a beer, you know. Yeah, I mean, we've got all night.
Are you staying on? Are you
Nah,
guys down
I'm
for a little bit?
around. I'm just
Okay.
fucking with
Just
them.
getting around. All right. Don't mess with me. Don't make
Alex
me feel
is
bad
on
for
our
going to
way.
bed.
Alex is on our way. Strip poker is about to commence. It's still early in Texas.
Oh boy.
What? He's playing strip poker with his daughter.
Did someone say that? No.
Right?
Right?
I mean, they were in the comments. Yeah, why does he have his daughter on a live stream?
Oh,
You
God.
freaks. Come on, you freaks.
Unbelievable. I know. Be serious. Lordy, Germany, Europe, Asia, wherever you are right now. Love all you guys. Thank you so much for everyone who stopped by. We appreciate you. Tony, love you, man. Thank you
You
for
are the
your time.
best. Stay
You are.
emotionless. Stay cold-blooded. Don't let this shit get you down. You will get through it. There is a green day ahead in 2024.
Yes. 2024. Tomorrow, guys. Get some rest. We'll talk with you guys tomorrow. Thanks. Love you guys. Have a great night.
Take care, guys. Thanks to the mods. Thanks to all the viewers, the subs. We love you, and I will see you tomorrow.
Good night.